Get breaking sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
I still can't believe that happened. It has been, how many hours now? 11 hours since I walked out of Madison Square Garden. And as I was walking to my car, I was having a conversation with myself. I said, self, did that just happen? Did I just witness a moment that Knicks fans will never forget for the rest of their lives? And the answer is yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Wow.
Knicks fans, you have one person to thank.
Who?
One person.
Jalen Brunson.
He happens to be sitting on the other side of the glass in this studio.
Who?
Sean Morash.
What'd he do?
I sat for hours, 6 hours of traffic today. But somebody out there sat through hours of the same traffic and spent hundreds of dollars on tickets only to see the Cavs belt to the ass of the Knicks tonight. Woof. Sean Morash at 10:22 p.m.
Can I
last night.
defend him? I was in the building last night with 18,000 wonderful people. Okay? Every single one of them was a Knicks fan except for 3 people. Me, this random Cavs fan I ran into, and Dayron Sharp of the Brooklyn Nets, okay? Everybody else was rooting for the Knicks, and I think everyone thought the same thing.
Yeah,
they
Sean wrote it.
They thought what Sean said, which is, okay, this was a bad one. It's probably the Rust's fault. And I do think that most Knicks fans weren't going to give up on the series. They weren't going to believe this was going to go sideways. But I think at 22 down with 7.5 minutes to go, Sean Morash represented a lot of people. And what I find fascinating is, look, no one left early, okay? Remember I told you how Met fans left the Met Yankee game early?
Right.
Nobody left this game early, but I know for a fact there are people listening right now, and we are a safe place, 888-808-1019. There are people that shut the game off.
That was me.
Excuse me?
I stopped watching.
What?
Yeah, I was like, all right, Tegan, it's time to go to bed. This will be a wrap, and then I get the alerts.
Oh, you got the okay.
I'm like, oh crap, let me get this thing back on, and then it came out of nowhere.
Well, it was
amazing.
I
always went out watching for about 10 minutes, but still, it was enough.
See, that's what I'm fascinated about, because I know people shut the game off sometimes out of frustration, or they go do other things, and I think some of them either get an alert on their phone, or there are text messages, or because they know it's basketball, they'll turn it back on just to see, out of the morbid curiosity. Oh, we down by 30 now?
Close game alerts. That's what I get.
Close game alerts. But I know that there are some that legitimately went to sleep.
No.
Yeah.
I wanted to know before I actually put my head down. I would have checked just to know what happened. But you get the alert, you have to come back to it. And it was epic. And I almost feel bad, even though I don't feel bad, for like James Harden and Kenny Atkinson, because that was the worst choke loss since 1970, they said on the broadcast.
Well, based on fourth quarter leads that late in the game, a postseason game, I mean, depending on how you want to define it, it's as bad as it gets.
Right.
And I think sometimes, and this is where as a Knicks fan, you've got to be through the freaking roof right now. Because not only did you win a game that you probably shouldn't have won, but you're the better team. And when you as the better team win a game that you're not supposed to win, it almost makes you even more confident today than yesterday that you're going to win this series.
100%, because they didn't play great, obviously.
No, they played awful.
Cat played terrible. Josh Hart in the starting lineup was a liability because they completely ghost covered him, and he didn't want to take the shots. He didn't make the shots, and credit to Mike Brown for basically sitting him.
Yeah, riding the hot hand. He goes to Landry Shamut with about 8 minutes to go, and look, they don't win this game without Landry Shamut.
100%, but they didn't play well.
No.
Cat didn't play. He just got 5 points in the first half, Cat. So it was almost one of those, I don't say you got lucky, because the way that they performed down the stretch, they got, here's what happened. They got lucky that the Cavaliers sucked in the fourth quarter. That's how I'll put it.
But
they played great. They played great.
Yeah.
But Make a basket, Cavs. Right?
Well, I think
make an open three-pointer, Cavs.
When you get a game like this, and
Right.
this is a game that it's so amazing, and I'm certainly not the first person to say this 11 hours after this game ended, this is the exact opposite of game one last year on every level. Like a game you had, a game you need to win, and an epic collapse. And I remember a year ago when we were breaking it down was how much of it was a collapse, how much of it was Tyrese Halliburton. I think when you have a collapse, whether it's a 14-point lead with 2:45 to go like last year, or what we saw this year, a 22-point game with 7.5 minutes to go, it takes everything.
Yep.
Like it takes a cavalcade, a conclave, no,
Cavalcade?
a cavalcade
There you go.
of things to happen.
I knew you'd get it.
I was getting there eventually. Like,
Sheesh.
yes, you need bad coaching, sure. Yes, you need James Harden who can't defend me. Yes, you need all the bad stuff that they're breaking down on Cleveland Sports Talk Radio, but then you need the good stuff. You need Mikal Bridges making shots that he doesn't normally make. You need Jalen Brunson putting the Superman cape on and saying, I got you, boys.
Right.
You need, some breaks. Yeah, 3 by Sam Merrill. That's halfway down to the point where Mike Bream is
Banging.
banging. Yes. Mike Bream now knows what I felt like in high school. It's premature. Like, you need all of that stuff. And that's how you pull off a game like this.
Yes.
But this is one of those games, Knick fans, and I'm able to take a step back. I put my fandom aside for a second. I want to talk about it real with everybody. This is one of those games you'll never forget. And last year, it was one of those games you'll never forget too. But it was for all the wrong reasons. And this year, it was almost like perfect symmetry. And one of the moments that kind of had the symmetry was the Landry Shamut 3.
Yep.
Because much like Tyrese Halliburton's game-tying shot that sent the Pacers to overtime last year, that ball had the big bounce, and it almost hit the roof of Madison Square Garden before it went in. And this year, even though the Landry Shamut shot didn't have that same arc on the bounce, it went around the rim numerous times. You heard the silence at Madison Square Garden before it finally went in.
That was a...
In fact, do you want to hear my call of the Landry Shamut 3?
Why don't we hear your call after we hear this call? It's now time for the Corona Lime Time Highlight of the Night, presented by Corona. Here's how it sounded with Mike Breen.
Knicks were down by 22 with 7.5 to play. Anunoby floats it over to Shamut. Shamut a three-pointer. It's good! Tie game with 44 seconds to go! What a bounce for Shamut! It's Bedlam here at the Garden.
Oh, what a bounce indeed. Now, you tell me if I did this as well. So I was recording me and Big Mac on the bridge last night at Madison Square Garden. Here is our play-by-play call of the Landry Shamut 3.
Oh, Landry Shamut for the tie!
Wait, are you cheering?
No.
That's Big Mac?
That's Big Mac, yeah. I was the one supplying the play-by-play. I was the one who said,
Okay,
Landry.
that was an excited Landry Shamut for the tie.
Well, I'm a broadcaster. I was describing the action to myself.
Wow,
which
that was a high-pitched scream by Big Mac.
Oh, he got very excited. I mean, he wasn't alone in that regard.
Of course not.
I feared for my life after the Shamut 3 because the bridge moved. Like, it was shaking when that went down.
Dude, that had to be epic, man, to be actually in the arena.
Yeah,
And
no,
on
it was
the
amazing.
bridge
It was
and
amazing.
experiencing that the way that it went down.
It was incredible. It's one of those moments for the 18,000 people that were there. And again, no one left early. Like, it's one of those things where sometimes we have these stories. It was only a few days ago we were talking about it with Mets Yankees, and obviously that's far different. It's a regular season game in May.
Yeah, but it is still the Subway Series.
It is,
So
but
what it
it's-
sounds like you're saying is Knicks fans are greater than Mets fans.
Well, I think a playoff game is far different than a Sunday afternoon game in May.
It's the Subway Series. It is the Mets playoff game.
I also think when you invest that kind of money and there's still 7.5 minutes to go,
Yeah, right.
even if you think the game is over, you're holding out hope that things can change.
There's no doubt about it. You spend $500 a ticket or more, probably $800 a ticket, and you're waiting for the game to end. You're just going to stay.
Right, and that's the difference between those that were at home.
Yes.
Because especially in the NBA, I know people that walk away from a bad game. It doesn't mean they check out for good. Like, I think there's different levels of people who shut the game off last night. There's the level of, screw it, I'm going to sleep. And all of a sudden you wake up at 6 a.m. and you're like, what the hell happened last night? There's the people that start doing other things while sort of watching the game. but not fully watching it.
Right.
And then there are people that go do other things, but they're still alert on their phone just to see.
Right.
Because you know it's basketball. You know that crazy things can happen. Even if the Knicks aren't going to come back and win, maybe they come back and make the game close. Maybe they come back and make the game interesting.
Or they just continue to get blown out and they lose by 40.
Or that.
At some point, you're going to check back in to say, all right, what's the final damage? And the final damage was actually a victory.
Yes. Yeah. The final damage was one of those wins. And I feel like I've said this a handful of times over the last few years, and I mean it because I think that time will prove this to be correct. We've had a bunch of games over the last few years that go right up there with the LJ 4-point play, that go right up there with the Knicks beating Indiana in 1995. That goes right up there, or 1994, goes right up there with all the other epic moments in Knick history. I mean, you think of the game against Philly, the Dante DiVincenzo 3, like you think of a moment like that, and you think of blowing out the Celtics last year in Game 6. Like, there's been a lot of these. This one, though, this is a different level. Because you're talking about the balance of the series changing early on. You're talking about a comeback that you just never see. 22 down with 7.5 minutes to go. Yes, it's basketball. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
but you don't see this often.
But this is so much as you want to talk about what the Knicks did and how good Landry Shamut was, and obviously the ISO with James Harden of Jalen Brunson. But I can't help but look at this game and say Kenny Atkinson and the Cleveland Cavaliers handed it over. They took 23 free throws. Donovan Mitchell took one.
And James Harden and Jared Allen missed a bunch of them.
Exactly. But when you go look at the stats, if you hadn't watched the game, you'd look at the stats and be like, man, this should be an aggressive team getting in the paint. You know, they got the size, they got double bigs. Why did they not take more free throws? And then you go over a couple columns and you see they take 50. You didn't realize it at the time watching the game. They took 50 3-pointers. 50. And a lot of those are when they had a big lead. And so when you stop being fundamentally smart, I'm not saying sound, I'm talking fundamentally smart, and you start doing stupid things, a good team like the Knicks, who obviously were cold after sitting for 8 days or 9 days coming into this Eastern Conference final, will take advantage of you. And so credit the Knicks, but this was also stupid play by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I think it's a combination of both. I think when you get a 22-point comeback like this in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, it can't be one thing because you need so many things to go your way. So many things have to happen. Like, yes, Cleveland missed free throws. Yes, Cleveland got too reliant on isolation. Yes, Cleveland made a lot of mistakes. Yes, Kenny Atkinson did not call a timeout, and I'm familiar with that because I remember Game 2 of the 19 series against the Sixers when Philadelphia went on, I think, a 20-0 run against my team when Kenny coached them, and he never called a timeout. So I was sitting there at the Garden with deja vu.
Right.
I'm like, wait a second. I thought he would learn from 7 years ago. But here's the best part. Your analysis is right. What we say critical about Cleveland is right. It's not our problem.
No, you're right.
It's just not. It's like last year when Indiana came back on the Knicks, I don't think they cared about the mistakes the Knicks made. It was simply, we took it. And the Knicks took it.
Right, but it's
Mikal Bridges made 2 incredible shots in the final 2 minutes of this game.
No, you're absolutely right. And ones that he usually is not going to take. He's going to give that ball up and let somebody else shoot it. Instead, he runs out to the 3-point line, sees the clock, turns and shoots and fires and nails it. But you wouldn't have expected that from him even 3 weeks ago.
Right.
But he's playing with the playoff confidence that we saw last season, which is important for him to have. The reason I bring up the Cavaliers is because I think a lot of people will look at this and say, man, the Knicks, if they just play smart and sound from beginning, because they had a 14-point lead early in this game.
It only got to 9.
Or 9.
That was the biggest they got.
It went the other way.
Yeah.
The Cavs had a 14-point lead. But the Knicks should destroy this team. But that's not the case because the Cavaliers are going to play better than they did last night. They made
so
dumb
were the
mistakes.
Knicks. For 3.5 quarters, the Knicks sucked last night. The Knicks lived up to the fear that one had about rust. Like, it was all there for you.
Right.
They were 1 for 10 from 3 in the first quarter. They missed good looks. It was just, they were too strong on most of their jump shots. And the fact that they had a 9-point lead in the first half, the fact that they were in the game, I took it as an IBO as, oh, wow, they're overcoming the fact that they're clearly rusty. And we knew this could be a factor. And they were able to overcome it. They played a bad game for 3.5 quarters. Karl Anthony Towns was doing stupid things, right? Jalen Brunson was missing free throws.
Right.
Go through the list. I'd honestly say their best player in the first 3 quarters of the game, and I have to admit it, was Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges, it's time to step up.
And he did. And he has. And I'd say he kept them in the game, but obviously 22 down with 7.5 minutes to go is not exactly staying in the game.
You're not in the game.
But the Knicks played awful basketball and yet still won.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a testament to a few things. Yes, they're a more talented team. I think we all agreed that going into this series. But they're a tougher team. And what I kept thinking about, and I know this hasn't been true so far with San Antonio, but I mentioned you going into the playoffs that I trust battle-tested teams.
Right.
I trust teams that have scars. The New York Knicks, and it's not just you people as fans, these players, because they're the run-it-back Knicks too, aren't they? They have the scars of Game 1 last year.
Right.
They have the scars of knowing, hey, even with a lead, like a 14-point lead with 2:45 to go, you can't take your eye off the ball.
Right.
And I believe that this Knick team is learning from their playoff foibles. They're learning from their collapses because usually, and Knick fans know I'm right, usually you're the Cavs. Usually you're the team finding a way to lose. We've seen it before, even with this roster. And the fact that they were on the other side of it, and the fact that they are learning from the playoff scars that they've had, I think is a sign that, yes, they should go to the NBA Finals, but I'm starting to face the facts that it is possible there may be a parade here in a few weeks.
Oh, come on.
And the other thing is...
Don't start going there yet.
Well, I'll tell you the other thing. I
warned against this yesterday, and I said that would only happen if you had a blowout victory in Game 1 against the Cavs and the Knicks looked dominant like they did the last 7 games, prior 7 games. You can't have that yet.
I'll tell you why. Sometimes, and Kenny Atkinson said this, and I know it's going to piss people off in Cleveland, but Kenny Atkinson said, we were just unlucky. And no one in sports wants to hear about luck. Yeah. It's like Bo Bichette until recently. Well, he's unlucky. The New York Knicks last night, and again, I think they're the better team. I think even if they lost last night, they were going to win this series. They had 2 moments that make you think that the basketball gods are looking down at you and saying, now is your time. And here are the 2 moments, because they're almost tough to explain. Number 1, you've got the Landry Shamut 3 that we just played the clip of. Now, how does that go in? How does that go in?
Soft rim?
Soft rim.
I don't know.
That's number 1.
Luck?
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Right.
Luck. And luck is okay. It's nothing to be mad at. Don't say, Evan's saying we're lucky. No. You need to be good. They're good. You need some luck to win a championship. Mm-hmm. It's a part of the deal. You know what helped the Thunder last year? You want to talk about luck? Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles. Like, luck is involved in sports. The Yankees face nobody in the American League in 2024. It's not their problem. It's a part of the luck. It happens. Jeffrey Mayer grabbed a ball that should have been caught, and it turned into a home run. It was luck, but guess what? The Yankees won the World Series in '96. So luck is nothing to be mad about. The Landry Shamut shot, and here's the other one. The Sam Merrill shot. Because Sam Merrill, and I'm sitting there at the top of this building, that was halfway down. And if you haven't heard it yet, I'm sure you have. The Mike Breen call tells you all you need to know. Pull that one, Sean.
Because he's about ready to bang it. Double bang it.
He pre-banged the bang.
Yeah.
Which, as a Mike Breen studier, he's never done. He's never prematurely banged his entire NBA career. If you have the evidence of him prematurely banging, show us the audio, because it's never happened. Ladies and gentlemen, last night, and this is another sign that maybe the basketball gods from above, Willis Reed and George Mikan and Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem. Oh, Kareem's still alive. I apologize. Maybe they're looking down and they're saying, now is your time. Listen to the premature bang from Mike Breen.
Shot clock is turned off. Merrill, three-pointer, in and out. That one halfway down. Bridges fires away. Won't go when we go to overtime.
You just know when magic is on your side, maybe it's your year.
Yeah.
And those are 2 shots, the Landry Shamut roll-around 3 and the Sam Merrill halfway down premature bang non-3 that's got to make you believe maybe the basketball gods are saying it's our time.
Perhaps.
We'll get to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Tiki mentioned it. Sean has drawn the ire of a lot of basketball fans for a tweet from last night. Unfortunately, I'll explain to you a little bit later on why he is ineligible to wear an L. So for everyone who wants him to wear an L, I'll explain to you why he's ineligible to wear one. And for everyone who left that game early, and I don't mean at the game, but said, we're done. How'd you find out that this comeback was occurring? And when was the moment, for those that hung in there, that you thought, wow, we're going to win this game? I'll tell you mine coming up. 888-808-1019. It's time for the Yankee turning point of the game. First call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326, or receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's. It's all from your flagship station for New York Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonades plus vodka. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This New York Knicks team has the look.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka, like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy, delicious hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, May 22nd as the Yankees take on the Rays and come early for a very special giveaway. It's Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey night presented by State Farm. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey. Don't miss the Yankees and the Rays on Friday, May 22nd for Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey night presented by State Farm. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Todd, I've come to Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to make a declaration of deals on all Ram trucks at Ramsey.
John Montone, during the Declaration of Deals sales event happening now, you can save big on the heavy-duty truck you need to reliably haul the largest of loads year-round.
Lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $399 a month for 39 months.
Or buy and get 0% APR financing
for 60 months. No monthly payments for 90 days.
And here's another declaration. Ram is America's best full-size truck, complete with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Declare yours today at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of
exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. VIN number TN362106. MSRP $59,755. $48.88 due at signing plus tax, title, registration, and fees. $0 security deposit in 6/126.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
WFAN and Corona are throwing a watch party Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4. Join John Wallace and Positive Tommy at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Please drink responsibly.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
It's the Memorial Funbelievable event at Nielsen Dodge.
You can lease a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram for $299 or under.
Choose from hundreds of new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $299 a month. Yes, just $299 per month.
Or choose from hundreds of certified pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade-in.
Under $299, that's Funbelievable.
Drive away today for just $299 or under on Route 10 in East Hanover, online at nielsendodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event. With approval, term 36 months, due at signing, $52.99, add tax time, $4.98 NOC, and DM fee.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Many tire dealers will sell you Falcon tires, but Town Fair Tire doesn't just sell Falcon tires, they sell them at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, they give you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. That's an unbeatable deal only Town Fair Tire can offer, because Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is Stories from the Pitch, brought to you by the first ever Infinity QX65 and by Lowe's. Give your yard its own moment with new limited time deals from Lowe's.
France arrived in Asia as defending champions, European champions too. Zidane was injured, but the squad still bristled with stars. Henry, Trezeguet, Vieira, Desailly. Their opening match was Senegal, a former French colony, making its cup debut, with the roster mostly playing in France's second division. 30th minute, Pape Bouba Diop pokes the ball home in a goal-mouth scramble. He runs to the corner flag, places his shirt on the ground, and his teammates dance around it. Final score, Senegal 1, France 0. The reigning champions would not score a single goal in the entire tournament. Senegal reached the quarterfinals. The world had been put on notice.
Stay tuned to this Odyssey station for more Stories from the Pitch.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. The Knicks made another moment that can be memorialized in a glass case on the lower bowl of MSG last night. They came back from 22 points down with 7 minutes left to stun the Cavs and steal game one, 115-104. Yankees, meanwhile, came back on their own 3-0 down, once again held on for dear life in the ninth. They win 5-4. And James Wood had an inside-the-park grand slam as Nolan McLean showed he may just be a number 4 pitcher in a rotation that Cam Schlittler would be the ace in. 9-6 the final in Washington.
Wow, what a really douchey Fan Focus. And Sean should be very happy with me because he got in a lot of trouble last night because he tweeted what you had read earlier about how belt to ass, all these people spend so much money, they're watching this ass whooping. And then he deleted the tweet, even though it got caught by freezing cold takes. So
I've deleted it?
Yeah, he deleted it, which made it worse.
Why'd you delete it?
So I was watching the game with my buddy, and we were having a talk all day about like my social media and how crazy people were. And I was like, I will give you a case in point. I will delete this tweet, and it'll become just as big a story as the Knicks coming back themselves, and you watch the frenzy that occurs.
That sounds like a convenient story.
It really does.
No, it is what happened. I mean, it's narcissistic, but it just shows how important it is.
The actual tweet was, and you mentioned 1022, Sean wrote, I may have sat in 6 hours of traffic today, but somebody out there sat through hours of the same traffic and spent hundreds of dollars on tickets only to see the Cavs belt to ass the Knicks tonight. Woof. And again, at the time, he was right. Like, I don't think he said anything wrong.
Right.
So the tweet was never a problem. The problem was deleting it. And so a lot of people have reached out to me saying he deserves to wear an L. You guys need to put him on trial. And I unfortunately have bad news for Tiki because he's not even aware of this. Sean Morash is ineligible to wear an L.
Why?
Because I'm really good at brokering deals.
Because earlier today, there was an incident in the men's room here at WFAN where the smell was as bad as I've ever smelled.
What?
And I needed someone to share the smell with me because I couldn't believe how bad it was.
What?
And so I asked Sean nicely, hey, Sean, can you go in the men's room and just smell it? And he's like, no.
I resisted multiple times.
He said no. I said, but I need you to
Why
because
do you need somebody to share that?
because I
with
needed
you?
someone else to document the worst smell in the history of smells. And so I begged Sean to do it. And then Sean looked at me and said, okay, I'll do it. As long as I'm ineligible to wear an L today over the tweet.
Wow.
And I said yes, because it was that important for me to have someone else smell that bathroom.
Wow.
So
it smelled worse than James Harden's shot selection league.
So I apologize to you, Teak. I apologize.
It's a good thing traffic was a bitch today because I would not have approved that deal. That would not have passed muster.
Now, the good news is our boss, Big Hurls, has suggested, and this has nothing to do with an L, that Sean actually take a belt to ass today right here at this radio
Hurley's
station.
going to whoop that ass, Sean?
Apparently. That's what he said. He said he's contacting HR.
That's clear with HR. We'll document.
If it's cleared by HR, I think it should be a Knicks fan, and we've got many options because everyone who works here is a fanboy. They don't go to games, but they're fanboys. So someone should get to whip that ass.
Yes.
A lot of options.
I was also told that this will be the first exclusive content on the WFAN OnlyFans. Me getting spanked.
Now, you tell me, Tiki, as an IBO who checked back in after checking out down 22, everyone gets to this moment at a different time. The moment where you say, holy crap, the Knicks are going to win this game. Or in my case, holy crap, the Knicks are going to win this game. And I debate two moments where it really hit me at Madison Square Garden. Number one was the first of the two crazy Mikal Bridges threes.
Yeah.
This is the one with 2:54 to go. And remember, the Knicks pull within 5. It's an 18-1 run, and Kenny Atkinson finally uses a timeout. Had not used a timeout prior to that, and it's cut to 5 with 3.5 minutes to go. We get a break in the action. The Garden is shaking. People are pumped up, but still, 5-point game, 3.5 minutes to go. I thought Cleveland's inbound possession was going to be as important a possession as they had all night, and Evan Mobley hit a pretty open three to immediately get it back to 8. OG Anunoby gets fouled, goes to the line, misses a free throw, and then there was a loose ball foul called on Sam Merrill.
Yep.
And so the Knicks get the ball back, 7-point game.
This is the moment.
With about 3 minutes to go. And Mikal Bridges not only makes a 3 to cut it to 4, it was a prayer late in the shot clock 3.
Yeah, that was the one where it felt like, first of all, the Cavs are not scoring at any kind of pace to keep up. They're not. They're taking bad shots, and Jalen Brunson is doing whatever he wants. And then when Mikal Bridges knocks down that three-pointer, which was as improbable a three-point shot as you were going to see all night.
Yep.
And it goes, and it was like he planned it. It was perfect.
He dribbled from, I think, the left wing to the right side, turned around and threw it up because the shot clock was about to hit 0.
Right, but he turned, got his body right, position, and it went straight through. There's no doubt about the shot. After that was the moment where you said to yourself, Knicks are winning this game.
Yes.
Now, even if you didn't necessarily believe it, it was one of those emotional, that should not have happened, but it did happen. So the Knicks are winning this game.
And what's crazy is after that, Karl Anthony Towns was called for a brutal offensive foul in which he was pulling the hand of Jared Allen.
Right.
And Jared Allen, on a second chance opportunity, tipped in a Donovan Mitchell miss. So despite that, it was a 6-point game with 1.5 minutes to go.
Well, you missed the James Harden.
The missed 3?
The missed 3.
Yeah.
Because that's what James Harden felt like doing in the fourth quarter.
There were so many.
Yes.
But even after that Mikal prayer 3, there's still a part of me that says, hey, this is still an uphill battle for the Knicks. it was the next three.
Yeah.
It was the corner three that cut it to a 3-point game with a minute to go. And I have play-by-play of that call. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, from the voice of Evan Roberts?
Yeah, this is live from the Chase Bridge. Evan Roberts and Chris McMonagle on the call.
Oh, my God. Mikal? Yes! Bridges, baby! 3-point game!
Yeah, so my call was, oh, my God, Mikal. And that was before it went in because I saw it going up, and I'm like, oh, my God, Mikal? And, yeah, Mikal did it.
Mikal Bridges, it's time to step up.
And I think that was the moment where I said at Madison Square Garden, you guys are going to win this game.
Yeah.
And even despite that, James Harden hit what could have been the game-winning shot with 30 seconds to go. And even then, I was like, you know what? Knicks are coming back.
Yeah,
there was no doubt in my mind, especially because Jalen Brunson was doing such a good job of hunting James Harden. And he got ahead of him and had an easy layup right after that.
Obviously that. James Harden had no shot staying in front. I mean, maybe it was fatigue or whatever, because Kenny Atkinson, for some reason, said that James Harden had been one of your best defenders, which, whatever. But Jalen Brunson was making shots and off angles that made no sense. Like
That's what he does.
Top of the glass. He's lefty. It's like, how in the world are those going into the basket? And so you knew that he would find a way, and he did.
When did you know, Sean, that your tweet was going to age wrongly and the Knicks were going to win this game? Was it the Mikal 3 or something else?
It was really like 30 seconds after I sent it because they came back. And
I was going to say, once it was not a ass beating anymore, that's when you had. So,
honestly, when it got to 9, you just felt the tidal wave.
Right.
We have live audio of Sean Morash in his home when Mikal Bridges hit the second of the big threes. Are you ready?
Mikal Bridges!
That's basically accurate.
That's Sean.
Mikal Bridges!
Let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. Josh in Philadelphia. What's up, Josh?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, man.
I have, this is my confession. I'm laying down on the couch right now. I'm going to pay you guys $175 an hour to tell me how I could be better. But I turned it off. I turned it off at the start of the fourth quarter. I was already despondent after the Mets loss, and I just need to get some sleep. And I'm so disappointed in myself. I'm glad I woke up to a win and I got to watch the highlights, but didn't tough it out.
What have you learned from this experience?
Mm-hmm. I think what I've learned is I think the Knicks are not the Mets, so I need to get over myself in that respect. But they are proving more resilient than they have been the last couple of years, especially last year. So maybe there's something here that I can latch onto and get rid of my negativity. I'm conditioned as a Mets fan to be expecting the worst.
I understand that because I feel you on that, and it takes a lot for a team that has let you down your entire life to let them in and let you trust them.
Mm-hmm.
But this Knicks team, didn't start this year. It didn't start last year. It's been a build. The Jalen Brunson Knicks has been building for almost a half a decade. We're not quite at a half a decade, but we're moving there. And they are learning in front of your eyes. They've had brutal playoff losses. They've had brutal home playoff losses. They've lost games they should have won. And I think what you're witnessing is their ability to always be in a game. Let's not forget Boston last year. They were getting killed in both games in Boston, and they showed an incredible ability to fight back and come back.
Right.
And so the Knicks, if anything, should convince you, Josh, as you lay on the couch and you confess that you shut the game off, to believe in this team.
Yeah. I mean, and I think this is what happens when you've had a team that's been together for a while, and so they know how to play together. They don't start getting down on one another because there's a shared struggle that you've been through, and no matter how bad it looks, you're going to keep fighting. At the end of the day, the Knicks are going to keep fighting. They're not a team where you see some of these in the NBA where they just concede, where they're just kind of like, all right, we'll get them next game. That is never going to be this Knicks team. I think part of that, to be honest with you owe to Tom Thibodeau. He's the one that instilled that in those guys.
Tom Thibodeau will always get credit for the building of this.
100%.
He may not have been able
about the mentality.
No, I get it. And that's a part of building this.
Absolutely.
I think building that mentality. Like, Tom Thibodeau is one of those guys who may not be here for the finish line, but I think we all know, no matter what you think about the firing, and this is not about Tibbs versus Brown, this is about understanding that you're right. He was a part of building this structure.
Yeah. It's interesting because the Giants have a guy like that in Ernie Accorsi, who built the team that ultimately won a Super Bowl. Now, he retired or whatever it was a year or so before, but ultimately he got a lot of the credit even though it was Jerry Reese's team, so to
Right,
speak.
right. Let's go to John in Newark, New Jersey. What's up, John?
Hey, fellas. After the game, I heard James Harden checked himself in the hospital, the burn unit at St. Barnabas in Livingston. My God, did he get toasted. But this loss, for me, lies at the feet of the so-called superstar, Donovan Mitchell of the Cavs. You have to, when Brunson's going off, you have to answer one time.
Yeah.
One time answer. He couldn't answer. He didn't even have the ball during that stretch.
He became forgotten about down the stretch. Because I went back and watched the last 7 minutes of this game, because when you're there and you're living it in real time, you almost can't believe what you're seeing. So I wanted to go back, because that was one of the thoughts I had too. Where did Donovan Mitchell go? He was having such a great game. He actually hit the three, I think, that made it 21 or made it 22. And he was there, and the ball was sometimes in his hands, but he wasn't there to make that big response.
Right.
And so Donovan Mitchell, for a star player, who I think all of us like Donovan Mitchell. He's like one of those stars that we all like him. He's a local guy.
You like him because he's a Met fan.
Well, I think a lot of people out there like him because he's a Met fan.
Of course so.
He's also a Connecticut guy. He's a
he's
local
not hateable.
guy. He's not hateable.
Not hateable.
He's a good dude.
Not a jerk.
No one dislikes him.
He's the star you want.
Yeah, he's the one superstar that I think we look at and we're like, look, we want to beat you.
Right.
But we like you.
Don't forget, when was this? 5 years ago? When were they free agents?
Well, he wasn't a free agent. He was traded, and the Knicks were considered the likeliest team to trade for him, and it was the same summer they got Brunson.
Right, exactly.
They were going to pair them up together.
Right,
yeah.
they could have been teammates.
Yes.
So, I mean, you don't hate him. You kind of desired him.
But, yes, there was a level of disappearing over the last 7 minutes of this game.
You think that fatigue? You almost have to, or at least think about chalking it up to fatigue. They had a day rest. They stopped making shots, and Donovan Mitchell missed layups. He missed finger rolls at the rim, and so part of that has to be tired legs. You just get worn out playing as many minutes as you did.
I think a part of that is also James Harden still thinks he's James Harden, and he's not. I mean, he was 5 for 18 in this game. It was another bad statistical playoff performance by James Harden, despite the fact that he almost hit the game winner. Mm-hmm. That little fadeaway had a chance to be the game winner, even though no one in their right mind thought that. So maybe it's the deferral, if you will, to a guy like Harden, who's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
But yes, the first part of our last caller's point was defensively, he was a major liability. And I'm sure one of the talks in Cleveland right now is how Kenny Atkinson did not offer the help that James Harden needed.
Or just call a timeout when they're on a 30-8 run.
That was another thing. The timeout usage and allowing James Harden to just be abused in the fourth quarter of this game defensively. Ed is in Melbourne, Florida. What's up, Ed?
How you doing, Evan, Tiki? Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
I stand guilty. Well, first, let me say something to Sean. You got to pass on my book because you almost cried on the air about the Rangers, and that won my heart. So, I'm not going to pick on the guy. When he almost came to tears about the Rangers, that was a major thing, That being said, I stand guilty of shutting it off last night with about 8 minutes to go because they weren't giving me any reason to watch.
Right.
But I should have known better from Christmas Day when they came back and against Houston in March and the 18 points in the fourth quarter. This team is resilient. But the Cavaliers had a lot of good looks even during the avalanche in the last 7 minutes.
Yep.
A lot of their shots rimmed out. It wasn't like they were throwing up air balls and things like that. So, I think the time off made them rusty as hell, but there really was no reason to watch them up until that point. They really were dead in the water. So I'm not a front runner, but I saw what it was and I shut it off. And the funny thing is that while I'm watching this game, I put my phone on like Tiki, and I tell my wife, it's down to 10, it's down to 13, it's down to 8. And she's like, well, don't put it on because if you put it on, they'll start losing again. That's okay.
I think that's the problem people run into.
That's right.
Like if you shut the game off and all of a sudden you're getting the updates that it's getting closer, you almost can't put it on because in your brain, which is obviously crazy, you think you'll jinx them.
That's right.
Which is the most asinine thing in the world, yet we all think it at the same time.
Yeah, of course you do. I mean, I think I ended up missing probably, I don't know, 4 minutes of game time, whatever that accounted to, because Donovan Mitchell made the three-pointer. It's like 22 or 21, whatever the lead was. I was like, all right, whatever, let's go to bed. Tegan, let me start doing some other things. And then I have a close game alert, which tells me when it's 10, right? And so Jalen Brunson hits that jumper, and all of a sudden it's 10-point game.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, dude, sorry, I got to go back downstairs and start watching it again. And that's when you see the epicness of James Harden getting cooked and Jalen Brunson just being Jalen Brunson.
One of the reasons I love to go back and I watch the fourth quarter again is because in the moment, when it's a 22-point game, you don't think that little things are going to turn into a run. You just think, it's a 22-point game. There's going to be a lot of forgettable things.
Right.
So I went back just to see, what did we forget about with 7.5 minutes to go that arguably led to this comeback?
Right.
All right, so two things. A few things, more than two things. Number one, Landry Shamut entering the game. That move by Mike Brown turned out to be the closing rotation. He made this insertion right after the Dean Wade 4-point play that got it to 18.
Yep.
He goes Brunson, Shamut, Bridges, OG, and Cat. That's what he has on the floor. That's change number one. Change number two, James Harden got fouled, went to the free throw line up 21, and missed one of his 2 free throws.
Yeah.
Number two, Evan Mobley was called for a very messy offensive foul on a charge taken by Landry Shamut,
right,
who on the next possession hits a 3 to cut it to 17, followed by a nasty crossover by Donovan Mitchell in which he throws a pass to Harden that's 5 rows deep into Madison Square Garden.
So it's self-inflicted.
And that's when the game moved.
Right. It was self-infliction.
It was self-inflicted, but it was also, those are forgettable moments, but maybe now it kind of kindles your brain as you didn't think it at the time. But the Landry Shamut drawn charge, the Landry Shamut 3, the mistake by Donovan Mitchell, the mistake by Evan Mobley, and all of a sudden it's a 13-point game, and you're like,
Right.
And now it's on.
Yeah. And then Harden missed another free throw. And that's when momentum was. You felt like the Cavs had the Knicks in their head. They were overthinking how to win a basketball game, and the Knicks took advantage of it.
John is in Pennsylvania. Hey, John.
Hey, Evan and Tiki and Sean. Hey, Tiki, I want to start off, man. The last time I called, you were out on vacation. I didn't get to give you your flowers.
Thank you.
Definitely got to read that book by my brother's side growing up.
Oh, man.
That was like one of my...
Now you're aging me. Now you're aging
right.
me.
Right. So, hey, I am one of the unfortunate Knicks fans that I saw 8 minutes or so, and I believe Dean Wade just hit that 3. I believe he got fouled as well.
Yep, 4-point play.
I'm on my couch. I'm like, man, I'm a trucker. I got to be up at 4. I'm like, let me turn it off, right?
I'm out.
So I turn it off, and I'm pissed, and, I go lay down. I don't even look at my phone as I put it on the ground. I wake up. I'm in a bad mood because, again, I'm thinking the Knicks lost by 30 at that point. I go to the bathroom. I pull my phone out, and I see Stephen A., gloating over Jalen Brunson. I'm thinking, are you kidding? Like, that really? And I look down. I'm like, oh, my God, like, we won this game. And then it goes from pure excitement to, honestly, I got sad because I'm like,
you missed it.
I got to watch Evan Roberts, the biggest Net fan I know, see this, and I was, counting sheep. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate your work.
That's awesome, man. Drive safe, John.
I feel for you. I genuinely do, because the thing he threw in there, and this involves a lot of people, is he had to wake up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, it is not the easiest thing in the world for everyone to stay up past 11 o'clock
That's
at night.
exactly right. If you had an early morning, you definitely went to bed.
My callous,
and it's hard to even blame you.
No, I get, my callous statement would be, it's the playoffs, you never know. But as ESPN posted, because it's fascinating, the win chances of the Cavaliers with 7.5 minutes to go was 99.9%.
Yeah.
Some absurd number. So if you have to wake up at 3 a.m., aren't you risking the 0.01% to just get a few hours of sleep?
Evan, it's also only game one.
It's only game one.
With the Knicks coming off of 8 days of rest. They're rusty. I mean, yeah, they were hot against the 76ers, but I mean, you haven't played actual competitive, like highly competitive basketball in a week and a half almost. Yeah, great. You sucked in game one. We'll get them back. We'll get them in game 2. Thursday will be fine. So, like, you could rationalize in your mind why you didn't need to stay and watch this team get blown out.
No, I get you. Like, I honestly thought that if they had lost this game, whether they were going to put together a comeback or not, I would have probably said, hey, guys, it's a no-biggie spot. Like, I know they've never won a series when they've lost game 1 at home, but that's bound to change.
Right.
It was the rest versus rust debate, and they're the better team, and I trust that the better team will find a way. So I agree. It wasn't like, boy, they lose this game, the season's over. It was a game 1.
Right.
But, boy, I get his feeling. I get the feeling of I had to wake up early. They're down by 22.
Bitch.
And then I get the feeling of when you find the result the next morning, you're excited, but then you're like, damn it, I've got FOMO.
Right.
Because I missed it. And I hope I'm not the one making it worse just because I was there.
Well, the beauty is you can just go rewatch it.
That's
on
right.
YouTube. And while you're there, look for Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash on the WFAN YouTube
Oh,
channel.
I thought you were going to say to look at us at Madison Square Garden. You can't find me up there.
No.
I love the Chase Bridge, but yeah,
Just
we're pretty
promoting our YouTube show.
We're pretty far up. Yes, the YouTube show, which is right now if you want to consume us live. There was a Yankee game last night. I will guess to you that the turning point was either the game-tying home run by Ryan McMahon or the eventual game-winning home run by Ben Rice.
Oh.
See, to me, it's the game-tying home run because when you're down 3-0 and it's Ryan McMahon of all people, that's probably the moment where the game completely turns. So I'll make my official Yankee turning point guess, the game-tying shot by Ryan McMahon.
I am going to be around that a little bit, but because it probably won't get talked about because it's a Knicks day, this is Aaron Judge spitting on a low strike called, immediately tapping his helmet, walking to first base.
That was badass.
In a badass, dude, you're wrong. And I'm not even waiting for you to be confirmed wrong. I am walking to first base because I know it's a walk. And then two batters later, Ryan McMahon hits the game tying. So I know I'm wrong. I just need to point out that Aaron Judge is a badass.
That was badass. For those that didn't see it, they called it a strike, and Judge taps his hat and then takes his stuff off and walks to first base. Does not wait for the challenge because he knows it's a ball, and he was right.
It was a ball by a foot. By an inch.
And typical, it was low, which is the strike zone that Aaron Judge has gotten screwed on over the last couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a badass moment.
Yeah.
Here was the turning point of last night's Yankee victory.
McMahon can make something work here. First pitch swung on, drive deep to left. It's got carry. Going back, and it is gone! Ryan McMahon goes up again. This is a big moment for him. A 3-run homer ties it here in the 4th inning. His 4th home run takes his RBI total to 16. We got a new ball game.
Tiki said it earlier. He called it a choke job. Well, what's the difference between a great comeback and a choke job? We'll explain coming up, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. One of those days you'll never forget. The Knicks from 22 down in the 4th quarter, mid-4th quarter, to take a 1-0 series lead on the Cleveland Frauduleurs. WFAN and Corona throwing a watch party on Monday night. That's May 25th. As New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4 of the conference finals. Join John Wallace, former New York legend, with WFAN's very own Positive Tommy. I listened to him last night. I got some thoughts. They'll be at Buddy. It's all good thoughts, by the way.
Okay.
Buddy's at 3rd Avenue in New York City. Corona will be flowing all game long with specials and swag for the fans. Just like the team is on the hardwood, Corona is always smooth, always refreshing, and goes perfectly watching a game. It's Game 4, Monday night, May 25th at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue. Enjoy Corona buckets and watch New York drop buckets with Corona and WFAN. Please drink responsibly.
I am always incredibly busy, but knowing my family is safe is of paramount importance. Why I partnered with Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into our home. It combines safety, convenience, and peace of mind, and manageable right from my phone. From the doorbell cameras, from the garage door opener, the music that can pump throughout my house, the technicians at Sloman set up my home exactly like I wanted it, and they can do the same for you. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME, or visit slomans.com. Hey, it's official! Fanatics Fest 2026 is back at the Jacob Javits Convention Center in New York City this July 16th through the 19th. The first lineup of talent has been announced, featuring some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment, including Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Aaron Judge, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Tyson, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Diana Taurasi, Josh Hart, and many more. The world's #1 sports fan festival is back, bringing fans closer to the athletes they love through live moments, photo ops, autographs, and unforgettable experiences. Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This New York Knicks team has the look and feel of the special squad. 22-point comeback, game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals last night against Cleveland. Jalen Brunson, a true megastar, leading the team, willing the team to victory. If the Knicks win this series against Cleveland, they'll be underdogs against either Oklahoma City or San Antonio. I would say count out the New York Knicks at your own risk. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was just at Staples. They're having a huge 40th anniversary sale.
40 years. Note to self, send flowers.
Up to 50% off. Save on chairs, paper, balloons, and more.
Balloons?
Yeah, Party City is now at Staples.
Surprise!
But the anniversary sale is only 2 weeks, so...
Quick, celebrate 40 years of savings at Staples with up to 50% off. Shop chairs, paper, break room supplies, and more. 2 weeks only in 523.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app.
Hey, if you have a small business, you might not know you could be wasting money on your business mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't actually need. But with my Biz Plan from Verizon Business, you can choose exactly what you want and only pay for what you need for your business. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Visit VerizonBusiness.com. Do it today to learn more and make the switch. Verizon Business.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. Did you know that Social Security disability takes a bite out of every one of your paychecks? So when they deny your claim, bite back. I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I'm proud to announce our first ever Social Security Disability Webinar. It's happening on June 3rd at 1 o'clock. In just 1 hour, you'll learn your rights, understand the appeals process, and find out how our experienced SSD attorneys can help you get the benefits you've earned. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Register now by calling 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222, or go online to daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. That's daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. D'Agostino Law is here to bite back, to fight back, to get you the SSD benefits you've earned. Register today at 1-800-248-3222.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random plus one.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
Start the day with Boomer and Gio, mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
Sometimes the beauty of social media is it's like a running track record of your sports life. So if you go back to April 15th, 2019.
Don't worry, Sean, this is not you.
Not you. You're safe, Sean. I tweeted out that night, it took Kenny, as in Kenny Atkinson, a 21-2 run to finally call a freaking timeout.
Wait, what was the run before he did it last night?
So last night, it was 18-1.
Oh, man.
When he called the timeout.
That's a track record.
So
we now know.
I remembered it. It was Game 2 Nets Sixers in 2019. But, yeah, that's my commentary that night. It took Kenny a 21-2 run to finally call a freaking timeout. And it was funny seeing all those former Nets on the floor, which does remind me a question I haven't had answered yet.
How does Sean Mark still have a job?
Yeah, so I just want to get that out of the way.
We found it.
Now, you mentioned earlier how it was a choke job. It was a collapse. And it's all the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Was it a ferocious Knicks comeback? Was it a choke job? How do you define the difference between the two? I thought it was interesting. Last night on Inside the NBA, Charles Barkley made very clear that what we witnessed last night was a choke.
You get something stuck in your throat, you get choked.
Oh, you're using that word, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, that was a choke job.
Choke job?
Hell yeah.
Okay, maybe it is.
Hell yeah, that was a choke job.
No, that
was a choke job.
Okay.
Come on, man. They started taking the air out the ball with 6 minutes to go like dummies.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
No. Here's more from Charles Barkley describing the choke that he witnessed last night.
Ernie, I take my job very seriously. I don't like to get on TV and say people choked. But that was a damn choke job.
Oh, what you're going to say?
I'm going to say it now. I'm very selective when I said it. What the cat, I don't understand.
What makes you choke and what makes you lose the game?
Okay, so they had a 20-point lead.
22,
okay. And they just stopped. They just started going, milking the clock. Like a prevent offense.
Not only that, Chuck, I don't think the coaches from Cavaliers had great use of timeouts because, me and Chuck was in this
scream timeout, yes.
Call timeout, so, they allowed.
He let the league go from 20 to 6, and never called the timeout. But my problem was, if you go back and look, when you showed those highlights in the beginning, the ball was moving, everybody was getting wide open shot. You go back and look at the first 6 or 8 minutes of that fourth quarter, they were just going one-on-one. The shot clock was on their back every single time, and Kenny should have called timeout sooner. Give Brunson a lot of credit. He was fantastic, and the other guys chipped in, but that was a damn gag job right there.
So
he's not wrong, man.
Charles
scored 18 points in the fourth quarter.
And he described it beautifully. The only possession where Cleveland didn't go ISO was out of the timeout that Kenny used,
right?
In which I think it was Sam Merrill found an open Evan Mobley for the 3 that got it back to 8. So he's right.
But isn't that also coaching?
Yes.
I mean, we talk about the timeout. Kenny Atkinson should have called timeout because you're on a 30 to whatever run it was. And so stop the Knicks momentum. Sit them down for a second. Let them cool off. Let the air conditioning at Madison Square Garden cool off that sweat that they're heating themselves up with. But at the very least, stop going ISO.
Yeah. They went heavy ISO with James Harden.
Tell your team, hey, you know what? This ain't working right now. Let's get back to what we did in the second and third quarters when we scored 67 points in those two combined. So, yes, the timeout was necessary to cool off the Knicks, but it was also to get your team right.
Yeah.
So when he's talking about choke job, obviously the players got to make the shots. But I think he's also, in particular, talking about coaching.
Yes. I think the ball stopping the way it did is on coaching. I think the lack of a timeout is on coaching.
Yeah.
James Harden getting hunted on defensively is coaching. But I ask you this because, how do I say this nicely? Actually, I don't even need to be nice. I'm just going to be blunt. Did the Giants choke? Did you guys choke
100%.
against the Niners in 2002?
100%.
So you would classify
and by
that
the
as
way,
a joke?
it was the same thing.
Right.
You know what we were doing? Let's play ISO defense. We can guard Terrell Owens at one-on-one. Yeah, we play man. We'll be fine. And Jeff Garcia just lights us up and ultimately come back from, 24 points and beat us, even though we had a chance at the end, just like Max Strus's three-point shot.
Exactly.
We
just like
we
Sam
didn't
Merrill,
get
but
the kickoff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yes, that was a choke. Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
So the players then know that this was a choke job.
100%.
They understand
You can't
that.
look at this and be like, oh, yeah, I got to just give Jalen Brunson some credit. You can't say that. If you're a Cleveland Cavalier, if you're Donovan Mitchell, and particularly if you're James Harden, you're not giving him credit. You sucked when it mattered.
I guess what would be fascinating, I don't know if you can answer this, because when you lose a playoff game and you choke away a playoff game, that's it. Your season's over.
That's right.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, in football, right. The Cleveland Cavaliers have a chance to play game two. They have a chance to change this series completely.
Right. And they still got 3 games at home.
If you guys played the next week, if football was best of 3.
No, we beat the hell out of them.
Okay.
We destroy them.
I got you.
100%. Because we were better than them.
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's the thing, and this is why as a Knicks fan I would feel so good this morning, besides just the great comeback. You're better than Cleveland. And I think we all know that. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean you're definitely going to beat them, but you're better than them.
Right.
When the better team wins the game that you steal out of nowhere, that means the team that's worse, and I think, Sean, you used to say this a lot, now has to win 5 times. Yep. You're asking the worst team to win 5 times. If it's the better team having to win 5 times, it can happen.
Wait, how does that math?
So listen, go back to the World Series 2 years ago.
Okay.
When the Dodgers came back and Freddie Freeman hit the grand slam, the Dodgers were the better team.
Yes.
The Yankees had them beat. The game was over, just like the Cavs had them beat. Now that you're asking the Yankees essentially to win 5 games, you're asking the Cavs in the series, you already technically in your ability won a game.
You won one.
So you have
you won this game.
Yeah.
You just gave it away.
You gave it away.
Now you still got to win 4 more.
Meaning you're asking a team to win 5 games in theory out of a 7-game series.
And
you're dead.
And here's the difference. So I heard Jerry Recco bring this up earlier. The Nets in 2002 blew a 27-point lead in the third quarter. Like an all-time playoff collapse against the Boston Celtics. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals that put them down 2-1. And the Nets responded by winning the next 3 games. The reason why that can happen is because the Nets were better than the Celtics. Mm-hmm. So despite giving a game away, they were good enough to overcome it.
Right.
The Knicks are better than the Cavs.
Right.
So can Cleveland, who's already the worst team, now overcome this and beat the Knicks 5 times?
Yeah, you can't afford to if you're the inferior team to give the game away.
Correct.
If you are the superior team, you can give it away.
Absolutely.
And maybe recover it just like the Nets.
Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to Joe in Staten Island. What's up, Joe?
Joe, what's up?
Hello, Joe.
Joe had a great story I wanted to hear.
I'm guessing Joe had to go do that again.
Well, can you describe to the audience what he was going to say in a PC way?
Joe wanted to call and goes, look, I want them to judge me. I don't think I take an L here, but I'm doing his accent. It was my wife's birthday, and as the comeback was beginning, she called me upstairs for a little, and I missed the end of the game to, with my wife on her birthday, But does that exclude me from wearing an L?
No,
you get a big-ass W for that one.
Yep.
How many times has Tiki done that over the years?
Why do you think I leave games early?
You can't argue
Where the hell's
that.
Tiki going? Like Kenny Danico. What are you doing out here at the center? Face off. You know.
Jeremy's in Macon, Georgia. What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, guys. What's going on? Tiki, I got to tell you, man, my brother, back in the 80s, we were growing up. We always played street football and all that, and he always used to be you. He's like, hey, Tiki, going down the middle. Tiki doing it. I mean, he was like the biggest Tiki Barber fan ever.
I appreciate
that. He would defend you like you don't believe. Like, his room was like, Tiki pull up in here. But anyway, last night, me and my wife, we watched the game. It was quiet. The neighborhood was quiet. My next-door neighbor is a Hawks fan. So he was giving it to me all day, and I'm like, you know what? You can't talk. Your team's done. You're going to be watching the game tonight. I went out to throw the trash when the Knicks were down 20 points. He's outside smoking a cigar, and he's like, oh, good game, right? I was like, F you. I go back inside. I tell my wife, I'm going to bed. I can't deal with this. I got the guy next door talking crap to me. The only highlight is that McClain got lit up last night so they could stop comparing him to Schlittler. And the Yankees won, so I think I'm okay.
No, you're good,
My wife
man.
is like, no, I got a fist. She's got her Knick jersey on. Hey, Evan, she had a Knick jersey on with nothing else.
Oh,
so she's sitting on the couch and she's like, you going to bed? I was like, yeah, I'm done. She's like, well, I'm going to stay up and watch the game. So I'm like in my second dream. She busts in. Bam! You ain't gonna believe this shit. I'm like, what?
Trying to clean up the rest of the story now. Go ahead.
Oh, she's like, they pulled it off. And she jumps in the bed, and it was a great night.
Wow. So you had the post-game coital, is that what they call it?
Yeah, coital.
Coil, yeah.
By the way, that's what happens when you're down there where the peaches grow. Down in Georgia.
That happens more often in Georgia than up here?
I mean, it's where the peaches grow.
For those that
That's
missed
what Teddy
it,
Swim says.
we had to dump because he used an inappropriate word.
Yeah.
But basically,
That
he
was the
gave
excitement that Knicks fans felt.
No, I get it. Today's a dumping kind of day because there's a lot of curses to describe what happened last night.
Kenny Atkinson was the only one that took the air out of the balls last night.
Basically, what we're learning is a lot of Knicks fans made love last night.
Yes.
There was one was in lieu of watching the fourth quarter. The other was a celebration of the fourth quarter and overtime.
Maybe that's why Mike Breen stopped saying bang right there on that Merrill shot.
Let's go to JR in Somerville. How you doing today, JR?
What up, JR?
Yo, what's going on, fellas? Great day to be a Knicks fan. I got to jump on Kenny Atkinson with you guys, but it goes back to the hack and miss for me. The common denominator in letting the Knicks come back is, basically stopping the clock while you're up by 15 or whatever it is, and stopping your own team's offensive flows. So thank you, Joe Mazzulla. Thank you, Kenny Atkinson, for doing that. That led to the fourth quarter avalanche.
JR,
So,
that's a great point. You don't even think about that, but that is such a great point. Let Mitch miss already. Let him miss a jump shot, right? Don't stop the clock and let him shoot free throws.
Yeah, momentum's real. You're winning. The clock needs to run. Do that. But I called in because of this. What I did, I'm incapable of turning games like this off. So what I did is I switched over to ESPN, their alternate the broadcast, where they have two cable cams, right? So it puts you in the arena, and it takes away the announcers. I do like the announcing team. I think they found their number one announcing team, but I had to turn them off. And the key to that was that I started to feel it with the fans. Landry Shamut's 3, when the Cavs were up 20 to bring it down to 17, the crowd popped like it was a tie game.
Yes.
And we started to have the feeling.
Yes.
And then Jared Allen goes to the line with 5 minutes ago, lights too bright, the biggest turnover in the game. He bricks 2 free throws. So thank you, Jared Allen. That's the time that I felt that the Knicks were about to win this game.
Yeah.
No, it's a good one.
Missed free throws, Landry Shamut's 3s. And you're right. Whenever Jared Allen does something in this game, specifically the missed free throws, because I think otherwise he played well,
right.
All I could think of is bright lights. All I could think of is Jared Allen from 3 years ago saying, yeah, the lights were even too bright for me.
Even for me, the lights were brighter than expected.
That's what Jared Allen said 3 years ago. So
Right.
when he's missing free throws at the bright lights of Madison Square Garden, I think that.
And I had to speculate yesterday even. Is he literally talking about the lights being too bright?
Nah. I can't tell you, as someone who scored the Met game last night at Madison Square Garden, the lights are average. Like, there's a good amount of light. Now, when it got dark, I brought an extra light just in case. So I had like a backup light so that when the lights went down for halftime, for some dancing moments, I had a little light. So
Are you glad you did that?
Yeah, I had no problem doing it. It worked out well.
Are you?
That I scored the Met game at the Knicks game? Yes, I am.
I'm only trying to ascertain your emotional roller coaster here.
I watched more of the Knicks game despite scoring the Met game than 80% of the people in the building.
I'm not even talking about that.
Go ahead.
So you're a non-Knicks fan.
Yes.
Sitting on the bridge.
Yes.
Which is, Carrie told me because she went up there. Said,
yes.
That's actually a better seat than I thought it was.
It is an amazing seat. It's one of the gems of New York City.
The all 22/10, because we're only watching 10 guys, seat at MSG. So you're scoring the Mets game while they're going through what was best described, I saw somewhere, the bad news Bears, and watching the Knicks come from behind in epic fashion.
No, so that part you got wrong. The Met game ended late third quarter.
Okay, but
so I had the
forget
entire. Well, no, the fourth quarter. I didn't have a game I'm scoring.
So you watched the Mets, bad news Bears it, and then watched the Knicks.
No, I watched both. You know the way you can do
that.
that.
Then you watched the Knicks come back from 20-something.
Yes,
and you were okay with this?
I was okay with what?
Like bad on bad.
Oh, as a sports fan?
I'm talking about your emotional state.
I am living the worst sports life imaginable. Well, there is no human other than people that share my teams that are living a worse sports life than me. It's not close.
Emotional hedge at all?
Oh, yes.
Really?
I won a lot of money last night. I don't like to brag about that, but when the Knicks were down, it wasn't when they were down by 22. It was when they were down by, I think, about 16 or 17.
Okay.
I made a business decision that ensured that last night's Knicks game, I went for free.
Wow. That's unreal.
Yeah, so I did well financially from that perspective.
Well, that's happy.
I bet on the Knicks.
That's happy. Look, the Mets are just one of 162, and it's just game one for the Knicks. So
Dude,
you're good. And you made money.
As a sports fan, it was horrible. I'd be the first to tell you that. And I was talking to Gio about this off air because we share the Mets, but we don't share basketball. And right now, as a Knicks fan, you should be on cloud nine. I am not going to be here to rain on your parade because that would be stupid. Like, what am I going to rain on? I'm going to call it like I see it. You guys have a legitimate chance to win an NBA championship. And he looked at me and said, wow, I thought I had it bad. You're living the worst sports life. And it's true. So was last night a fun night for me? I wouldn't say it was fun. But I'll tell you, I did a service because as much as I've been mocked for scoring the Met game while at the Knicks game, I'll tell you a quick story. So I'm on the bridge watching the game, watching both games, and there is a police officer within 8 feet of me staring me down.
Wow.
And I wouldn't turn around because I'm like, hey, I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm going to look laser focused straight ahead. And I thought that Dolan put somebody on me. I thought that the rumors were true.
Are you serious?
I thought.
Okay. Oh, no, he didn't then. I got it.
He did not. Dolan has been cleared, but I'm just telling you, this is what I thought. There is, because when you sit on the bridge, for those that haven't sat there, I'm on the bar stool, so I'm in the last row, and there's a whole area behind you that's mostly empty.
Yeah.
Like, unless people are walking past you to go to the bathroom or to a concession. There's one officer. He's standing there, and I could feel his eyes on me. And I'm like, all right, Evan, just you're not doing anything wrong.
Right.
Like, there's no problem. 5 minutes go by. Finally, the officer comes over to me, and he says, I didn't know you'd really do it. And I said, excuse me? He's like, I didn't know you'd actually have the Met game on. And when they told me this afternoon I was assigned to the bridge, I said, let me see what's going on here. And I can't. This is the best part. All I'm doing is watching the Met game now.
He was watching it?
He wasn't staring at me. He was staring at the screen.
Oh, man.
I did yeoman's work for that police officer.
There you go. See, we don't. People think we do bits. People think we're making this up when we talk about the crazy stuff that Evan does. This is real.
Well, did you hear earlier today a caller called in and accused me of not scoring the game?
I mean, all you got to do is go to WFAN's Twitter or Instagram page, and you see it.
Well,
the evidence is there.
Take a listen to this caller. He provides evidence, even with the picture, on why he thought I wasn't scoring the game. The caller's name is Ruben in Belleville. Take a listen.
We have a fraud alert, serious fraud alert.
All right.
I need you to look at the picture of Evan Roberts last night up on the bridge with the book, right? Supposedly doing the book for the Mets game. Look at his phone. It says 7:51. The game should have been going on for at least an hour. It's before the Knicks game starts, and there's nothing in the book. There's not a single out, hit, nothing. It's a blank book.
Hey, Ruben, how would you like to be on the New York State Oversight Committee? I think, man, you're right up my alley.
So he's right, but he's wrong. The game started at 7:30 due to a 45-minute rain delay. That's number one.
There you go.
Number two, I didn't start the game until 7:50 because I wanted to eat my sandwich that Big Mac bought me, and I didn't want anything getting on my book.
Yeah, people forget that Evan doesn't watch games in real time.
So take a look. Is that a book?
That is a book.
Is that a game?
It looks like every other score.
Thank you.
So you delayed it?
I delayed it by about 15 minutes.
Wow. This is insane.
After the rain delay.
After the rain delay. I started the game at about 7:50, and I would say I caught up by about the 6th or 7th inning of the game. Then I was live. Then the game was over third quarter, and it was all good. And again, for anyone who's like, oh, how could you do that? How could you do that? Most of the people at these games are on Instagram on their phone. They're not even paying attention. So why am I doing something else while watching the game, consuming the game?
Right.
I can break down any part of this
could
game.
Translate to our show, too, by the way.
That's right.
Well done, Evan.
How am I doing anything different than the phonies that are staring at their phone 80% of the time?
That shouldn't be your bar. Listen, Tiki, I realized something last time when this picture went out. We are way too close to this situation. We have been so normalized by Evan's behavior.
No, you're right.
That has no effect. Like when Evan said this yesterday, and he made the same comment about people being on their phones, we sat here because we're used to Evan scoring games. Like that's Evan's normal life, and we don't even judge him for it because it's fine, right?
Of course.
But when you actually realize that we're about to tip off a conference finals games of which the Knicks have never truly had the expectations they quite have in this round. And there's Evan, not only scoring a game, but starting the game on delay to score it.
Yeah.
And he's sitting on the bridge with that pen to paper. I looked at that picture and said, this isn't normal behavior. And
No.
we've been so succumbed to expecting this to be normal. Evan, you're right. People at times days off in games. That's why the Yankees use the excuse they play music in between pitches, the cell phones and everything. But that doesn't normalize what you did. What you did, whether you like it or not, was weird behavior.
By the way, he did a mitzvah. There was a security guard, a police officer, who got to also watch the Mets game.
Okay, but there's a difference between throwing a game on a tablet and
Am I wrong?
tracking the ball.
So I'm just saying, this guy had to work.
But the guy
he had the security. He had to keep the Knicks fan safe. And he was entertained and probably more engaged in keeping all you Knicks fans safe because he was I was going to say entertained, but he probably wasn't.
It wasn't happy.
He wasn't happy, but at least he watched the Mets game.
That is like when you come out of the police academy and you get like the really nice neighborhood assigned to you out of luck. You're like, I get to watch Evan watch a Met game on the bridge. I ain't no fights up here tonight.
Let this be a lesson, kids. It doesn't matter what people say about you. Do what you want to do.
That's right.
Be you. I am unapologetically me.
That's right.
And I don't give a rat's ass if you think I'm a geek or a nerd or a wacko or strange. I do what I do.
Right.
And I did it. And it was fine.
By the way, that's why we love you, even though you are a geek, a wacko, a nerd, strange, all those things that you described yourself as.
It wasn't just me on the bridge, though. Do we have an issue with a Knicks fan who admitted with 8 minutes to go, we have lost this game? We had a public tap out last night at Madison Square Garden. We'll get into that plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019, including the decision to bench Josh Hart. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
HSS is ranked number 1 in orthopedics for 16 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get. With locations across the tri-state area, HSS provides specialized care for the hips, knees, back, neck, and beyond, including everyday joint pain, fractures, spine care, and more. Most major insurance plans are accepted. Choose better, move better. Appointments available at hss.edu.
This portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Game 1 saw Captain Clutch live up to his name and Mikal Bridges come up big, leading an incredible fourth quarter comeback. to force overtime. And it was all Knicks from there as they spoiled what was looking like a home sweet homecoming for Donovan Mitchell and Kenny Atkinson. It took 3 quarters to shake off the cobwebs, but momentum is on New York's side, and Game 2 can't get here soon enough. The latest breaking Knicks news, the biggest Knicks opinions, and the most trusted voices delivering them all live here. Your home for New York sports is 101.9 FM WFAN.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
You look like you could use a refresher, a Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There are so many delicious flavors like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, June 6th for a very special night, Military Appreciation Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a red, white, and blue Yankees t-shirt, courtesy of Ford. Don't miss the action and help us salute those who serve. For tickets, visit Yankees.com/tickets. That's Military Appreciation Night on Saturday, June 6th.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
The Declaration of Deals sales event is happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
And here are some deals that are declared to be a winner. Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4 for $349 a month for 24 months, or buy and get 0% APR financing for 36 months.
And no monthly payments for 90 days.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S 4x4, lease for just $319 a month for 36 months, or buy and get 0% APR financing for 36 months.
Also, no monthly payments for 90 days.
It's the Declaration of Deals sales event happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Up to 4808 do it signing plus tax, title, registration, and fees. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC191247. MSRP 49805. APR at $1667 per month per $1,000 finance. VIN number TW241148. MSRP 49710. APR at $2778 per month per $1,000 finance. Ends 6/1/26.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the Game of the Week report, brought to you by Hyundai.
The active pro baseball season continues through Memorial Day weekend with a series of matchups scheduled for Monday. We'll see Arizona at San Francisco, Philly head out to San Diego, Toronto host Miami, and Los Angeles take on Colorado at home.
The Game of the Week report is brought to you by the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is just driving the kids to soccer practice. Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space.
Come on, guys. Mill cleats on a seat.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
WFAN and Corona are throwing a watch party Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4. Join John Wallace and Positive Tommy at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Please drink responsibly.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word Boomer to save big at checkout. That's code word Boomer at chefiq.com.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks, plans start at just $10 a month, and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. Want to stay cool for the next 2 summers without spending a penny? Well, Sloman's has the AC offer of the century. Get 18 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. They're now offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant systems expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right, get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive 5-year service plan. This includes annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Servicing all of Long Island and Queens, call the team at Sloman's today at 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. Don't miss out. Call 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. That's ac.slomans.com. Terms and conditions do apply.
It's the road ahead, brought to you by the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Visit your local Kia dealer today. The team from the Bronx continues its homestand against Toronto and Tampa Bay before heading out on the road, beginning with Kansas City.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. One fortunate person behind the Knicks' comeback last night is, in fact, Mike Brown. And you better make sure the Knicks win this series. Suppose the Knicks head coach candidate last year, Jason Kidd, was let go by the Mavericks yesterday. Masai Ujiri now has full control, and the Jason Kidd contract extension he signed a year ago, well, didn't seem to matter. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire, and nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Yeah, you're not the only one to think that, because when Jason Kidd, and from what I'm hearing, Jason Kidd wasn't fired, he wanted out.
It was
that
mutual,
apparently,
they're saying,
I'm hearing it wasn't even mutual. He was done. He didn't want to coach there anymore.
Didn't he we get that indication last year?
Yeah, well, I think he was interested in the Knicks job, and the Dallas Mavericks were dead set against allowing him to go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting a new contract extension. Then the Mavericks,
just to keep him from the Knicks.
I think he probably had the leverage to get it just based on the success that he's had. And then obviously the Mavericks have made changes in their front office. Masai Ujiri's taking over. And for whatever reason, I've got some speculative ideas. Jason Kidd don't want coaching there anymore. He's probably eyeing another team. He's probably eyeing, I don't know, maybe it's where Giannis goes. He had a good relationship with Giannis in Milwaukee. But Gio said something this morning, and he is not the only one to think this. So he by no means is the only Knicks fan who had this thought at some point last night when the Knicks were getting blown out. Here's what Gio said this morning on Boomer and Gio right here on the Fan.
I would be lying if I said that it didn't cross my mind when the Knicks were down big and playing like crap, and I saw Jason Kidd got fired. I was like, well, there's your next coach next year. They lose this series. They'll get Jason Kidd.
He is not the only person to think that. And it's
alarmist Knicks fans.
And it still kind of exists in this world where the Knicks don't win the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, I think we're all in the same planet of assuming the Knicks will win this series.
Yeah.
The only person at this radio station that picked against the Knicks was Sean Morash, who, as we know, deletes tweets that he's incorrect about. So I think the consensus is that the Knicks will get to the NBA Finals. And I think if the Knicks are in the NBA Finals, no matter how that goes, Mike Brown is not getting fired after 1 year.
He'll be safe. He's probably safe already as it is, but if they get to the NBA Finals, there's no way that they're making a change unless Mike Brown wants to go someplace else, which if you're Mike Brown, why would you want to go someplace else?
No.
You want to run it back and see if you can go back-to-back and make yourself like legendary in some capacity.
One of the decisions he made last night I commend because I said before the break that he benched Josh Hart, and I guess technically he was on the bench, so he was benched. I don't think Josh Hart played bad in the first half. Now, he missed 4 threes like everybody else, but on 2-point shots, he was 4 for 5 from the field.
Right.
He had like 3 or 4 assists. He had a handful of rebounds. He didn't turn the ball over in the first half, and defensively, he was a pest. Josh Hart was not a bad player, despite what the plus-minus says. I think it was about circumstances, and it was about trying something.
I think you're right.
And once the trying of getting Landry Shamut on the floor with OG and Jalen and Mikal and Cat started to work, I think Mike Brown made the wise decision of why would I move away from something that's working?
I think it was less. It was more specific than just trying something. I think with Josh Hart not just being left alone, it created a crowded paint. And so any of that ISO stuff that we saw in the fourth quarter with Jalen Brunson completely toasting and cooking James Harden over and over again, he's getting confronted at the rim if Josh Hart's in the game. Because you can keep a foot in the paint. Because you don't got to. Maybe you'll run out to Josh Hart if he takes a 3-pointer from the corner or from the wing or whatever it is. But you leave him unguarded because he's not willing to shoot as much as Landry Shamut is willing to shoot. When you put Landry Shamut in the game, you have to guard him. You have to put a body near him.
He's a threat.
Otherwise, he's going to destroy you. And so by going away from Josh Hart, you in essence we're creating what happened with Brunson in the fourth quarter. Right, I'm going to get to the rim every time on you, James Harden. And if somebody collapses, I get weak or strong side help, the ball's going to that guy. And they're going to go knock down a shot. So that's how the Knicks thrived because at the end, the last 3 games against Atlanta, the same thing happened with the 76ers. They respected Josh Hart. The Cavaliers aren't respecting Josh Hart's ability to shoot. And so you have to take him off the court. It's not his fault because he played well.
Yeah.
He has the energy and all those other things that we talk about. But this was schematic. This was It was a coaching decision. It wasn't a Josh, you stink decision. It was we need to do something different.
And when things start to work, you ride it.
100%.
The hot hand was that 5-man rotation, and it worked.
Right.
And it obviously helped lead to the ferocious 22-point comeback. AJ is in Eastchester. Good morning, AJ.
Good morning, boys.
What's up?
What a great day. What's going on? How are we doing today?
Up? Fantastic. How are you?
Great. Good. So, I had a comment about Mikal Bridges, but before I make that comment, if you'll allow me, can I just pick a beef with the whole choking theory?
Yeah.
I have a problem with this whole choking theory because if you look at it right, and everything's happening, and I had a friend of mine as soon as the buzzer horn, he goes, "Oh, what a choke job!" And I flipped in this text thread because it was like, wait a minute. If you're looking at this, you're watching this game, and Tiki, you could talk to this if you see it in an athlete's eyes.
Right.
In JB, and in Mikal Bridges' eyes, it looked like no matter what they were down, they were going to do anything to stay in that game, and they did it big. The Bridges steal in I don't know if that was overtime or in the fourth quarter. That was huge. I think it was after the Mobley 3-pointer.
Yes.
Huge. These things were happening, and it was because of the determination of JB and Bridges. Now with Bridges, right? Bridges, there's not a man in this world that's worth 5 first-round picks. But things are happening with Mikal Bridges in these playoffs. Last year in Detroit, last year in Boston, this year in Atlanta. This year, I mean, he is continually proving that. Listen, again, it's not worth 5 picks, but he's making it a conversation.
It is worth 5 picks if you win.
No doubt.
I mean, this debate,
and we said the same thing last year in the postseason.
Yes,
he was worth it.
If you win, it's worth it.
Right.
Like the Mikal Bridges F them picks, is he worth the picks debate on both sides? It's a stupid debate. Like, I could tell you from my side, not that anybody cares, the only way I'm going to know if that trade was worth it is what those picks turn into. Well, some of those picks aren't going to convey for 4 more years, 5 more years. So while it's
crazy, it's still a 14-year-old. We talked about a couple years ago how it was like a 9-year-old.
Right.
Now it's like a 13-year-old.
So on my end of it, I'm irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
It really is irrelevant because I don't know yet. From your end of it, if you win a championship, it's worth it. Like, that's it. Discussion's over. Now, the caveat to that is because there is that we won the trade, you lost the trade. If the Knicks win an NBA championship this season, that trade is worth it for the Knicks, right?
No doubt.
Now, let's say 2 years from now, you guys suck. I win the lottery. I get a franchise player that helps me turn my team around. Did we win the trade?
Yeah.
No, it was mutually beneficial.
You're talking about with the Knicks championship
Right.
in hand? I think it becomes fully win-win.
It becomes a win-win.
But you're not going to know that for at least 6 years.
Which is why debating it is stupid.
Yes.
Like, all that matters right now is, the Knicks weren't in position to trade for Giannis. They're not in position to trade for other guys. If you win with this roster, with this unit, then it doesn't matter what you gave up for Mikal Bridges. It worked.
Right.
Is Mikal Bridges a superstar? No. Is he the second best player on this team? No. Is he even the third best player on this team? Some nights he is, but probably not. I think most people would still say OG when healthy. But if he is going to influence winning and the ultimate win, which is an NBA championship, then what are we talking about?
Yeah, right. We're talking nonsense. Just let the Knicks be the Knicks for what they are right now.
What I commend Mikal for, and because I was talking to Big Mac about this last night, because we were busting each other's balls on things he said about Jared Allen, things I've said about Mikal Bridges, and I was critical of Mikal during the regular season of avoiding contact, of not going to the free throw line, things of that nature, and he's not doing that in the postseason. So Big Mac's like, Steve, Mikal doesn't go to the basket. I'm like, dude, I can't even say I was wrong. I was criticizing the way he was playing.
Right.
Why is Mikal Bridges more aggressive now in April and May? Maybe he turns the buttons on. Maybe it's playoff time. I'm playing at a different level. I have no idea. And truthfully, it doesn't matter because you're judging him based on playoff performance. But I think even the Knicks fans would admit this Mikal Bridges right now is different.
Yeah.
Not only from the regular season, but certainly the first 3 games against Atlanta where Mike Brown was benching.
I mean, maybe it is a conservation mentality that he has in the regular season.
I thought about that last night. That's possible.
Maybe it is because he feels different. I don't want to say urgent because I think he always plays urgent. He just doesn't play well sometimes in the regular season.
Well, no, he's more aggressive though because he's going to the basket.
He doesn't play or aggressive, and so I'm not. Because I'm not going to intimate that he is a lazy player, because that's not that's not what I'm saying at all. But there is an aggression, I know I'm a confidence. I know I'm making the shot. I know I can get to my spot, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. I know I can have the length to defend you. You don't always see it in the regular season, but you've seen it consistently, at least in the second round, and then now the Eastern Conference Finals. With Mikal Bridges and all of last postseason from him, you see it from him.
Well, to your point, maybe it's a trade-off. Maybe the trade-off Mikal Bridges makes in his mind is if I'm going to play 82 games, if I'm going to keep this stupid streak alive, I can't go all out during the regular season. I just can't. Yeah. And I've got to save it for this.
He's not a big guy.
No, he's not. He's a frail guy.
Right.
Frail's probably not the right word. He's a skinny. Well, how would you describe
Lanky?
him? Lanky? Yeah.
I'd say wiry.
Wiry.
Because that doesn't portend weak. It's like wiry is strong, but it's just skinny.
Yeah, he's skinny.
Right.
Let's go to Alan.
Like Sean is fat fit.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
We usually go fit fat. Fat fit.
Fit fat. Mikal is skinny strong.
That's not what people were calling him on social media last night, Sean Morash. They weren't saying he was fit fat. They were saying some other things about him.
You bitch.
That was one of the things.
I'm a fat moron.
Let's go to Al in Keyport. What's up, Al?
Tiki, Evan, Tiki, thank you for the call. Bridges is a tremendous player. He just gets tight sometimes. And I just got two other things to say. I feel sorry for Josh Hart, what they did. The guy ran around like an animal the whole year. And if you're a real player, that's the last place you want to be, is sitting on the bench in the biggest game of your life, basically. And Brunson's just tremendous. And the one other thing, why doesn't Mitchell step up and say, hey, I'm going to be on Brunson like a glove? I don't understand how he gets put a big guy that's fast.
No, the guy you want on him is Dean Wade.
Yeah.
Dean Wade had performed well during the regular season, and even early in this game when Wade was matched up with Brunson, he defended him pretty well.
Right. Donovan Mitchell, as much as we talk about how good he is and how much we love, he is not that kind of guy. He's not that defender. He is not, I'm locking him down. Everybody else circle around everybody else. I got this guy. He'd get roasted just as bad as James Harden.
One of the reasons why, forget the Knicks' involvement here, but one of the reasons you looked at Cleveland in the post-Harden world and said that's not a championship team is that their guards in Harden and Mitchell can't defend enough.
Right.
That's one of the reasons.
Right.
Now, back to what you said about Josh Hart, you feel bad for him. This is sports, and I think Josh Hart understands it. I'm sure he wants to be out there, and he will be out there. This isn't a permanent benching. This was an in-the-moment, let me ride the bench, let me ride the hot hand kind of moment. And Josh said all the right things after the game because he knows he's going to be in the starting lineup for Game 2, and there's a damn good chance he's going to be closing.
Yeah. He just can't be out there when the Knicks have scoring struggles. They need to put their scorers out there.
John is in Jackson, New Jersey. What's going on, John?
Hey, guys. What's going on? Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Just wanted to make a quick point about the Knicks-Cavs game. I look at the way the Cavs lost that game, and I look at how the Knicks lost Game 1 last year. I think it's really hard when you lose a game in that type of fashion to come back regardless. And the fact that you guys pointed out, the Cavs are already the worst team. I go back to 2015 with the Mets, right, when Camellia blows the lead in the ninth inning. When you lose games in that type of fashion, I just think it's really hard to get back on the wagon and get back into a series.
I agree. And it goes back to the point that Sean has made, which is now you got to win 5 times. Like when we were all sitting around yesterday throughout the day parts of WFAN making predictions, Knicks in 4, Knicks in 6, Knicks in 7, none of us picked Cleveland. Well, now Cleveland needs to win 5 times.
Right.
Because in their minds...
Well, they already won last night.
They won last night.
They need to win 4 more.
Right. So they have to win 5 times now in the next 6 games. Does anybody honestly think they're capable of doing that?
No, I mean, I got to stay consistent with that point. It's the hardest thing to do in sports. I don't see it coming. Now, I don't think they're going to roll over and die in this series. I think people expect that. I don't think that's going to happen, but they're not going to come back and win this series.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. We'll get more into that coming up at 12 noon on where this series goes from here. But I do want to very quickly put one of our friends on a little bit of a crimes against sportsmanity trial.
Ooh.
And that is my dear friend Big Mac. We sat together last night.
Suck it!
On the bridge at Madison
This is
Square.
a harsh accusation.
Well,
sometimes crimes against sportsmanity require the wearing of an L.
That is true.
It was Chris McMonaco, his fat ass.
Now, I don't think I have the jurisdiction to make Big Mac wear an L. I don't think any of us do.
No.
But we could at least have the discussion. So last night we were there. He was he did one thing that was a little shady. And I don't have a problem with it because I would have done it anyway. Mm-hmm. But they gave away shirts and towels.
Okay.
And so they leave it on your seat. So when I get to my seat, my shirt and towel is gone, and Big Mac says, oh, I've taken it already. I got 2 kids. They're Knicks fans. Your whole family's Net fans. They're mine.
Wow.
And I'm like, geez.
Wow, that's aggressive.
I would have probably given it to you.
That's aggressive.
But I'm taking you to a basketball game. Yeah. Now you're just taking my giveaway.
I technically paid for those.
Yes, so to say, he has to give you the right to sell those if you would like, which then you probably wouldn't, and give it to him anyway.
I was going to give it to him, which is why I wasn't even annoyed, but he literally took them.
Wow.
I did steal back one of the towels, and I used it as a napkin when I was eating my sandwich. So I did get that back.
Did he take it still?
No, I have it with me, actually.
Okay.
I told him I would wash it and then give it back to him.
Oh, nice.
So, number one, he took my shirt and my towel.
Just put it in the trash can.
Probably. No, but I want his boys to like the shirt that's 10 sizes too big and the towel. So that was fine. But during the game, I was interviewing him a little bit. Through good times and bad times, I think I was very equal opportunity. And when the Knicks dropped, I think they were down by 17 or 18 at the time, I asked him, is the game over? You ready to hear Big Mac's answer?
Let's hear it.
This is from last night at Madison Square Garden.
Just heard you say the game is over. Is that true?
I said that's it, yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Down 17, possibly 18. Can't hit a shot. Brunson's ice cold. Karl Anthony Towns needs to literally dunk it or it's not going in.
Is that a tap out? Is
That's
that a give
tap
up
out
from Chris McMonagle?
But he wasn't the only one. So many people did this.
So because everyone commits a crime, it's okay?
Yeah, when it's a collective crime against sportsmanity. Now, to their credit, they didn't leave, but they were checked out. They assumed that this was an L already. So because he was surrounded by everybody else doing the exact same thing, hell, our friend Carrie was trying to sell her tickets to Thursday. She's like, I'm done. Go with Justin. He'll take you. I'm not going. I'm done. And now
She was selling the
tickets in the middle of the game. So, no, that's not an L. I might have to give Carrie an L, though.
Yeah, I mean,
no,
she's selling tickets.
She didn't sell them.
Okay, good.
She ended up holding on to them. But if she had, I might have had to give her an L.
I mean, geez. I do think that Big Mac represented a lot of Knicks fans.
No.
And-
He represented all Knicks fans.
Well,
Evan, nobody thought down 20 they were coming.
you don't think Craig Carton's going to come on at 2 o'clock and say I was never worried?
Oh, he could come on and say that.
You don't believe him?
No.
There's no way he wasn't worried.
The problem is there's no proof. Like that's actually why I like to record ourselves when we go to games, because then there's proof. Like there's undeniable proof that Sean Morash said this during the Giants game. Like you can come on the radio and claim whatever you want. You could just BS all day, which happens a lot. And no one could really call you out on it.
Yeah, real quickly, on that note, I sat there and scanned every section of front row seats. Where the hell was Craig last night?
You bald bitch. What do you mean?
He did not go?
You know how many times and I even went to that other
He was
alternate
never
broadcast?
going. Why did you think he was going?
I thought he was going last night. That's why Big Mac had to sit with you.
No. I think the origins of Big Mac coming with me was that Craig's only feels comfortable asking Dolan for one playoff game, which I respect. Like he's not going to abuse the friendship that he has with him. And he told Big Mac he would take him courtside to one of the playoff games. He then reneged on that promise because he brought his son. Now, we all understand, of course, family comes first. No one begrudges him for that.
So this already happened.
Yeah, this already happened.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought that was
he
last
only
night.
was going to ask for one. It's already happened.
It's already happened,
I
and he
didn't realize
brought his son, which, again, no one begrudges him for. It's the fact that he lied to Big Mac, and he did, because I heard it. Like, it's audio that he may never replay, but we all heard it. Like, he said, oh, yeah, I'll take you. I think he even promised him that if he doesn't, they'll rename the show. It won't be the Carton Show anymore. It'll be Carton and Big Mac.
It got renamed on Monday.
Oh, yeah, it was the Big Mac show.
The Big Mac show.
That's right.
Because Craig wasn't here.
So I felt bad for the misjustice that was going on. And so I stepped up and was like, you know what? I'll take Big Mac. Worked with him. He's a good guy. We've been in Knicks games before. We've been in playoff games before. I have a good time with him. Plus, it was just wrong. I think Craig screwed him.
Right.
And then they acts like he didn't screw him. Of course he screwed him.
Yeah.
He lied to him on the radio. We all heard it. You can deny it all
And
you
he got
want.
his hopes up.
Yeah.
It's like Sean going to a Rangers game with Boomer.
That's right.
Yep. Congrats on the Hall of Fame, Boom.
Yes, Boomer is a Hall of Famer. Congratulations to him.
That is outstanding. Good job, Boomer.
So Boomer promised you a Ranger game. When was that? 2 years ago?
Yeah, I appeared without taking a talent fee on their Boomer and Geo Live, and he said, no problem, take you on the glass. I didn't even ask for it. He offered it, and then followed up by saying, hey, here's the date. Then when I asked him to go to the date, he said he was no longer going to the date because the Rangers stunk, and he never reoffered it.
No, okay, so I think Boomer is very different than Craig. I think Craig knows that he just completely lied to Big Mac, and that was it, like, too bad. Because they've talked about it. Like, they know that he screwed up.
Yeah.
I think Boomer genuinely forgot.
But he forgot and was already reminded once, and now he's forgotten again. I can't keep reminding him.
Now, these aren't his seats. These are just seats he was going to acquire.
I don't know. I think he has seats. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to, for a third time, do that because then I'm begging, and I'm not pathetic like that.
All right, fair enough.
Good for you.
So you got screwed by the Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
But
radio Hall of Famer. And they let everybody in.
But luckily, Big Mac didn't get screwed. And he knows something that most people don't know. Craig doesn't know this. A lot of people in the audience don't know this. The Chase Bridge is one of the gems in sports. It is one of the great views to watch a sporting event. Now, I don't work for Madison Square Garden. I'm just calling it like it is.
Right.
It is an unbelievable seat. You're on top of the action. You see everything.
Yeah.
It's comfortable because there's so much room up there.
And you're not encumbered.
Not encumbered at all.
Right. It's not people sitting right on you. It's not crowded. I haven't been up there, but just describing it, because I'm assuming it's similar to your Nets tickets. Because your net tickets, you're not in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
It's different but similar in that regard. Yeah. It is a great seat. So anyone who talks trash about it is either bougie or ignorant. And ignorant, I don't even mean in a bad term, because a lot of people just haven't been there.
Ignorance is uninformed.
Uninformed, like you just haven't been there. And I get it. Like not everyone's been on the Chase Bridge.
Right.
But once you're on the bridge and you're consuming a basketball game or a hockey game, it is one of the best venue spots in all of New York sports. And I don't say that because I have tickets there. No. I have tickets there because I say it.
Yeah.
I got the tickets because I knew this is a gem. And feeling the bridge shake when Landry Shamut hit that three, that's another experience.
Almost made you a Knicks fan?
No. I wouldn't go that far.
By the way, ignorant is one of my favorite words because when you say it to somebody, they think that you're insulting them, but really you're just saying you're just uninformed.
Right. People are uninformed.
Now, and
that's okay.
Now, if you're uninformed and then act like you are informed, you're ignorant and stupid.
Yes.
But I love calling people ignorant and making them think that I'm insulting them, but I'm not. I'm just saying you just don't know what you're talking about.
You're 100% right. In fact, I'll prove it this way. Walking on the bridge for a tour doesn't count. If you've been to a basketball game at Madison Square Garden and sat on the bridge, I dare you to tell me the seat isn't good because you won't say it. Because if you've done it, you know it. And Big Mac knows it, which is why he was better off being up there with me than on the wood with all the phonies.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have got the Yankees game spoiled.
That's right. He did not get the Yankee game spoiled.
Which is unbelievable.
And there was a guy
he would have if he was on the court.
Possibly, yeah. And there was a guy sitting in front of us with a number 4 Lou Gehrig jersey. And that guy never turned around and told Big Mac the score. The only time he almost got the score is I was texting Sean. And Sean texted me about Camilo Duvall, and I'm like, I had to hide my...
Can you believe he had to close?
Dude, and I said to Evan, in this moment, I go, is Big Mac more into Duvall potentially blowing the save of the Knicks right now? He goes, I don't think he knows. And then he made me feel good. He's like, I'm going to hide my phone.
Because he could see it.
That's what the Yankees get for playing so many close games.
Yeah. It was right when Ben Rice dove. I
mean, in fairness, Camilo Duvall's a closer. Like, he came here as a closer.
I know, but he doesn't have the...
Can he cover first base?
Now, a caller mentioned this earlier. I want to dive into it when we come back in just a few minutes. Does last night mean the series is over? Is last night the one push that the Cavaliers had to take the East from the New York Knicks? We'll break it down, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. And a decision the Yankees made yesterday that shows they are really operating differently in 2026. We'll get to it, all of it coming up. But WFN and Corona throwing a watch party Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4 of the Conference Finals. Join former New York legend John Wallace, along with our very own Positive Tommy at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Corona will be flowing all game long with specials and swag for fans. Just like the team is on the hardwood, Corona is always smooth, always refreshing, and goes perfectly watching a game. It's Game 4, Monday night, May 25th at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue. Enjoy Corona Buckets and watch the New York Drop Buckets with Corona and WFAN. Please drink responsibly.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, no bubbles means no troubles. Look for the new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry half and half in stores now. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Is it really a hot take to say the Cleveland Cavaliers should consider firing head coach Kenny Atkinson after his performance in Game 1 last night against the Knicks? Atkinson takes 2 timeouts into overtime when his team is clearly fatigued. James Harden's a traffic cone trying to cover Jalen Brunson, doesn't try and do something different. If you're the Cavaliers, why don't you bring back David Blatt? Do something different. I'm Nick Costos.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful. Can we stop at a bathroom? Are you all right? I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Very hot. Thunderstorms later. High 93.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
It's the Memorial Funbelievable event at Nielsen Dodge.
You can lease a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram for $299 or under.
Choose from hundreds of new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $299 a month. Yes, just $299 per month.
Or choose from hundreds of certified pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade-in.
Under $299, that's Funbelievable.
Drive away today for just $299 or under on Route 10 in East Hanover, online at nielsendodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event. With approval, term 36 months, due at signing, $52.99, add tax time, $4.98 NOC, and DMV fees.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? You know, 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm that's there to help accident victims. I'm attorney Jenna D'Agostino, continuing the legacy my father, John D'Agostino, started 35 years ago when he built D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm, one client at a time.
I grew up on these New York and New Jersey streets. They shaped me. I'm attorney John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I often tell the story of how my father lost his leg in a construction accident so people understand I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call my team first. 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24.
Continuing the legacy means working closely with my father and our team. When you're injured, we know a big decision has to be made. Call our team first.
D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call my team first. 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, if you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
After leaving Madison Square Garden last night, I had a nice conversation with myself. I said, Self, is this series over? Does the way that game and the way it transpired, the way the Cavaliers collapsed, the way the Knicks took it, the way they won that game, does that mean we are staring at another Knicks sweep? Does it still mean we can see a long series? And I went back and forth on it on my car ride home, and I said, I need to hear from Donovan Mitchell. Mm-hmm. I need to hear what he says after the game. And I think that will go a long way into determining where his mindset and where this team's mindset is. So I'd like to play you 2 clips of Donovan Mitchell. Believe it or not, Sean, I actually want to start with Mitchell number 2, and we'll do a countdown, Mitchell 2, Mitchell 1. Mm-hmm. And you tell me, and I'll tell you as well, like our conclusions based on how he sounded and what he said, if this is a dead team walking or if the Knicks still have a fight on their hands.
We lost. We up. All right, let's run for game 2. Simple as that.
No,
they got a chance.
They got a chance. Well, here's the second part of Donovan
They're
Mitchell.
definitely not quitting.
It's one game. We could have lost by 40. Still would have been 1-0. So we just watched the film. We played, pretty solid for 3 quarters or so. We'll make adjustments and go from there.
So you hear that and you say, they're not done yet.
I hear that was on me. That was on us. That's the kind of response you want from a leader.
Well,
I like that.
It's the response you want from a leader.
After they leave the garden.
See, I've got a similar but different response than you.
Go ahead.
I think Donovan gave a great response in terms of what can you say after a game like this? Like, you got to be blunt. We bleeping blew it. Mm-hmm. And he is right. Like, losing by 40, losing by 1, it all counts the same. I think the Cavs' only shot to make this a series, and the only shot of you guys as Knicks fans sweating through a series, is if the Cavaliers respond tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden. I think if they go back to Cleveland, and you give me the cliches all day, series doesn't start till the team loses at home.
But they're also very good at home.
I get it. Why. I get it.
And by the way, that's why I thought this would be 2-2, and then the Knicks exercise themselves, win one on the road, and then obviously win one at home and then win one on the road.
Mm-hmm. But I also think the mentality of we had them beat, we should have won that game, we didn't. You lose again, and I'm not even sure how you lose game 2. Call it a blowout, call it a close blowout, a game that's relatively close, but you never know they're going to win. I think the mental mindset will creep in of we can't beat this team. They're better than us. And we know what James Harden does when he realizes he can't beat a team. He dribbles, and he quits. That's a new one.
Right.
Dribble, quit. I think I like that one better.
It's better than fat.
You don't like the fat one?
You're out of shape and you're fat.
He's not as fat anymore either.
Yeah, he's still like,
He's chunky.
He's chunky, man. So I think Game 2 determines everything.
Yeah.
Now, not that the Knicks will lose this series. I still don't think they will. But in terms of will this be a long series? Will you guys get punched in the face? Or are you going to roll to the NBA Finals? I think that gets determined in Game 2. And I think the way they come out in Game 2 and the way they respond to what is just a devastating loss for them, I think kind of really determines it. Now, I was listening to the station last night. I was listening to Tommy. I was listening to Al Cintron. I was listening to callers. And that's in the moment, so I want to pause on that. Mm-hmm. It feels like the belief is this thing is over. That the Knicks took their soul last night,
I don't see
and
that
this thing's done in 4.
The only reason I can't believe that is because I still feel like the Cavaliers have too much pride to quit. If this was Detroit, if Detroit had won Game 7, and this was the Knicks coming back from 22 to beat Detroit, I could believe that. I think this Cavalier team is too veteran for that to happen. So I'm going to say I can't see that happening.
So Knicks in 6.
I still apply. Knicks in 6.
No, I get you. I think
Sean might be changing his mind.
He had Cavs in 7. How you feeling? Especially last night after you opened up your big fat mouth.
Look, I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. I still maintain Cavs in 7, but
I can't even say that with a straight face.
I know, but also like the idea again. I keep coming back to they're not going to beat them 5 times. It's hard to envision I'm going to be correct.
Oh, there you go. So that's your way of saying, hey, I'm going to be wrong about this one.
Exactly.
That's okay, by the way. It's okay to admit that. I mean, last night played out in a historical way. And it's a reminder that you learn from playoff failures. It's why I still strongly believe this, despite what the Spurs have accomplished so far, that you need to lose before you win in the NBA. Because look at this journey that Jalen Brunson's led Knicks have been on since he came here. I mean, brutal playoff losses. The one to Miami, the one to Indiana, where they were just beat up by the end, to the devastation of a year ago. Like, sometimes you need to get punched in the face before you're able to really punch back.
But haven't the Cavaliers also had that?
Yeah, except they're gutless. There's just a difference.
And they've coached poorly last week.
And they're coached poorly. And their star player has been known throughout his entire NBA career of quitting when it gets too hard. I mean, unfortunately for them, that's who they are.
Right.
That's not who the Knicks are. You can't say that about any Knick, but what Knick player has that reputation?
You think Donovan Mitchell quits when it gets
I
hard?
didn't say Donovan
You
Mitchell.
said their star player.
Well, one of their star players is James Harden.
Okay, but their star player is Donovan Mitchell.
And their star coach, well, he didn't seem like it in the last 5 minutes. When was the ball in his hands?
That's on the coach.
Oh, fine, but if you're a star player, you don't disappear.
You demand it.
Yeah, you don't
What did Jalen Brunson do?
Dominated.
Give me the ball. Screw it. We got to play ISO right now. We're 5 out. I'm taking over.
By the way, we didn't mind ISO last night, right?
No.
When Jalen gets James Harden one-on-one and gets the cook, we don't mind ISO then, do we?
No.
That ISO's great. Look, I love Donovan Mitchell. I respect him. Where was he in the last 5 minutes of this game? Jalen Brunson was there.
Right.
And I want to ask you a question, Sean, and I don't want you to answer it. I want you to think about it because I think it's very important that you give a smart answer and an answer you think about.
Wait, so how long am I thinking about it?
I'm going to give you till tomorrow. I'm going to give you 24 hours to think about this.
Okay.
No, because it's very, very important when I ask you the question. And we will hear your answer tomorrow at 12 noon, okay?
All right.
12 noon work, or would you like a different time?
All right, what time is it right now?
12:12.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. We have declared...
He hasn't asked the question yet. Stop thinking so hard.
I'm about to ask
I want to absorb it without staring at him. That's my new technique.
All right.
We declared, we took votes. It was a big debate around here on who the king of New York was. And it turned out to be Aaron Judge. Remember last year we had to call Aaron Judge King Judge the entire summer?
Yes.
What does Jalen Brunson need to do from here on out for you, Sean Morash, to declare he is the unquestioned king of New York sports?
Win an NBA Finals.
I told you not to answer.
But that's the answer. I don't need 24
No,
hours. He's got to win the NBA
you need
Finals.
to think about it because you need
I'm
to
just
give
gonna-
it its proper context.
Aaron Judge has not won an MLB championship.
Exactly.
That's exactly why. I already thought about this last night. I've already had my 24 hours to think about it because everybody asked me this on Twitter last night.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, all the Knicks fans. Is he not the king of New York? Again, we're living in the moment again.
Well, that's why I ask you to think about it so you don't live in the moment, which is what does he have to do for you as someone that doesn't like the Knicks but loves the Yankees, so you're biased, and that's okay, because the best way to win is to get those who are biased.
Yeah.
Like Ronald Reagan won in landslides because guess what? He got Democrats who are biased to be like, you're Ronald Reagan. I'm going to vote for you. You even got me to vote for you, a conservative Republican. That's when you know you've made it. All right? So I'm comparing you in a weird way, or I'm comparing Jalen Brunson in a weird way
The next
to
person-
Ronald Reagan, and you're just a Northeast Democrat.
Nope. The next person to
Good
win
comp.
King of New York has to be the first to bring the ticker tape back to New York.
Yeah, but Aaron Judge
you
hasn't
think so?
done that.
Aaron hasn't done it.
I understand
Let
that.
me tangent this real quick.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart. He wins an MVP.
Jackson
Dart
Dart's
tapes to the postseason. They lose to I don't know whoever.
The Giants suck.
And the NFC East or the NFC Championship. Jackson Dart, King of New York.
I mean, it's definitely potential.
Well, either way, I still want you to think about it because I don't like your answer yet. I think you need to give it time. Like the
I thought
best.
about more. It's winning NBA Finals.
That's it.
Yeah, I've already thought about it. He does that, it's over. He's the king of New York.
He's the worst with
He
this.
really is.
He does. All I say was, give it 24 hours.
I'll let you know at noon the same answer I just gave you at 12:14.
He's one of those prematurers.
Yes. He's like Mike Breen last night.
My kids happen quick.
Mike Breen prematurely banged. Sean Morash prematurely answers. Mickey in Walcott, Connecticut. What's up, Mickey?
Hey, Mickey.
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks,
so, Evan, I know you was at the game yesterday. Are you a certified CPR guy? Because I think after that, they need some life back into them. That was very, very close to a choke job. But I do want to agree with a caller before. The only reason I won't call this a choke job is because the truth is that we're better than them.
Yeah.
A choke job is when you lose, when you're also the better team and you lost. All we did was spank them and put them back in their place and say, this is where you belong. You know?
Yeah.
But I love, if I may, one last point.
Go ahead.
In terms of Brunson, everybody's praising Brunson. I get it. I understand it. But I want to give Brunson more credibility on accountability. Because you, meaning Brunson, he was choking the whole game. He was throwing air balls. He was throwing bricks. And when it was time to show up, he did. So there you go. And that it makes me why I say he's the MVP or what you just called him the king of New York. Because it's about stepping up, even though you know you were nothing the whole entire game.
Yeah, because you are paid and you are defined by what you do in the biggest of moments.
Yes.
He made a great point about how we all knew the Knicks were the better team. Remember how the Knicks blew out Atlanta in the final 3 games of that series? And remember how they blew out the Philadelphia 76ers in an absurd way?
Yep.
Last night, the 5-man unit of Jalen, OG, Landry Shamut, Bridges, and Towns, when they checked in at about that 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter, when they were a collective unit for the final 12 minutes they played together, the Knicks outscored the Cavaliers 44-8. Wow. Which is exactly what they did to Atlanta and Philly. They did to Cleveland last night over the final 12 minutes of the game, 7 minutes of regulation, 5 minutes of overtime. They did exactly what they did in annihilating Philadelphia and Atlanta.
So it just tells you, and again, so much of game 2 will determine how we really look at this Knicks team. If they start game 2 because they say they were rusty for the first half of game 1 and they dominate, then maybe you start thinking about this team is actually going to the finals. And it doesn't matter who's in their way. They're so on point offensively and defensively. I mean, they scored 3 points. I mean, the Cavs scored 3 points in overtime.
Oh, they were done.
They were cooked.
They were. I think they were done for 2 things. 2 reasons why they were done in overtime. I could have left right there. I didn't. I waited till there was about 40 seconds left in overtime, and then I left. I love how Big Mac tweeted, Evan left early. I left early. It was 40. Game was over.
Yeah.
I left early. I didn't leave early.
Right. Jalen Brunson was kneeling on the ball, basically.
Yeah. I left early.
Literally, he was.
But I think that, Cleveland was just completely rattled by the Knicks blitzkrieg, but I also think their legs were done.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about the rust of the New York Knicks, and I think the rust clearly affected them in the first 3 quarters of the game. But I also made this point, too. The longer this series goes, the advantage goes to the Knicks. The longer yesterday went, the advantage was going to go to the Knicks. And that's why in overtime, they had no chance. And they didn't even put up a fight. You mentioned they scored 3, but it was 1 3-point shot.
Yep.
Once the Knicks, I think, had gone up by 9 at that point.
Right. It was over.
It was over.
It was over in the first minute and a half of overtime.
That's the other difficult thing. Cleveland's only going to get more tired as this series goes on. Let's go to Carl in Shelton, Connecticut. What's up, Carl?
Jalen Brunson, a.k.a. The Closer, a.k.a. Darth Brunson, a.k.a. Captain Clutch. Listen, he's a top 3 Knick of all time already. It goes Clyde, Patrick, Jalen Brunson. I'm sorry, he's better than Willis Reed. He's better than Earl the Pearl. He's better than Bernard King. He's a top 3 Knick already right now. Let's go.
Wow.
It is very tough to argue not putting Jalen in that top 5 category. It's tough to put him ahead of Willis Reed, but I understand it. I also think this isn't the moment. This isn't the time.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this.
Give it a week.
When he wins an NBA championship, he's going to pass Patrick Ewing. I'll tell you that right now. I think many Knicks fans will agree with that. I was pondering the Jalen Brunson is the closer line that he made, and that's why, and again, tell me if I'm telling a lie. and I am the most independent voice to say this, I think, Jalen Brunson has already given this city more big clutch moments than Aaron Judge has. And I don't think it's that close. He's already done it. He's already done it. Okay. Not that Aaron hasn't been clutch. He's had his moments, obviously. I think Jalen's had more. That's it. Just for now. Obviously, things can change tomorrow, the day after. Yeah. Aaron Judge could win a World Series. Jalen Brunson could collapse. There's a million different things that could happen. In this moment today, I would say that Jalen Brunson has already supplied more big clutch money moments than Aaron Judge has. Okay. Tiki Barber, am I telling the truth?
I mean, you probably are, but I don't feel like Jalen Brunson is there yet. He's there, but that's such a it's such a loaded statement.
Why is it loaded? I'm just giving an answer.
It's also BS. Because it's apples to oranges. There's 5 guys on the court where he controls the whole game. Judge gets the 3-4 at-bats. And, let's be honest, every time we hype up the Jalen Brunson stuff, and he deserves it, we're grading this on a curve because it is Knicks thirst, and we are grading Judge against ghost of the Yankees that we just don't have with the Knicks.
Yeah, and you can't do that.
Yeah, and we're all doing it subconsciously.
So now if you're trying to put Judge in the top 3, you're talking about iconic, multi-championship, like at least 5 championship winning players in Yankee history.
Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily fair. Even though Aaron Judge has been to a World Series, since Jalen got here in 2023, they've been to the same amount of league championships / conference finals.
But Evan,
their success levels have been very similar.
Imagine Aaron Judge had the opportunity in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning of every playoff game to bat every other batter.
I got you. No, you're getting into the weeds of why the sports are different. I totally understand that. I'm merely making a statement. You're caveating it, but I'm just making a statement that Jalen Brunson has already provided more clutch big moments in this town than Aaron Judge has.
That's why I'm saying you're probably right.
Okay,
but it's not a fair comparison.
That's it. Just move on.
Okay.
You're right. Thank you.
Newsflash. Chris Kreider provided more than Jalen Brunson has in his whole career. We think they match.
Yeah, you get.
But it's true.
Nah, you just get.
But it's true.
Nah, it's not.
If you want to talk about that, that's the truth.
Couple of moments Chris Kreider had. I wouldn't say as many as Jalen. I mean, Jalen's had a lot of them. It's unbelievable. And I think the testament is, and this is the NBA. This is the way basketball works, and it's the beauty, I guess, of the NBA. You can play badly for 3 quarters. You can play badly for 2.5 quarters. You can play badly for 3.5 quarters. As long as in the right moment, in the money moments, you show up and you make big plays, you've got a chance to change everything. And in a lot of ways, Jalen Brunson did that last night. And in a lot of ways, that's what Jalen Brunson does.
I got to be honest. I think this is the first time in the history of Evan and Tiki, I have never rooted for a show to be over in my life so fast. I can't take this anymore.
Well, then leave.
We're crowning Jalen Brunson here.
We're having real discussions, man. You got to get over it.
Last night makes me want to vomit. Yeah, I am being a professional, and I'm also being transparent. I want to vomit right now with you.
All right. That's your call. I'm not vomiting. I enjoyed it. A legendary New York sports moment last night. Even if I didn't get the result I wanted, I can acknowledge that was a incredible New York sports moment.
I'm also very curious. Did you slap hands with a Cavs fan last night?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Wow. Why?
What happened to having respect? Oh, respect. Remember you did that to me on a live stream?
It's a great question. I will explain what happened between me and the Cavs fan.
Why did you smack hands with the Cavs fan?
I'll tell you exactly how. So it was right after the Met game was over, so it was like late third quarter. It was like the final minute of the third quarter, and I had to go to the bathroom very badly. And so I said to Big Mac, hey, can you watch my scorebook? Can you watch my tablets? I'm going to just sprint over to the bathroom. He's like, I got you, bro. Great job by Big Mac. No shenanigans. So I'm running over to the bathroom, and very few people are around because they're watching the final seconds of the third quarter. And I see this really geeky guy, kind of like me, wearing a Cavs shirt. And it's the only Cavs fan I saw at Madison Square Garden last night. So I run over to him as I'm passing, and I'm like, hey, listen, go Cavs, baby. Go Cavs. And he's like I'm Santa Claus. He was so excited to see another human being that was like-minded as him. And so he put his hand out, and I gave him a high five, and I was like, let's go get him. But remember, Sean, no one saw it. It was a private moment between me and him.
So did it happen?
Well, I'm admitting it happened, but it wasn't in front of people. It wasn't insulting. I wasn't rubbing it in.
How does Sean know?
I think I told him.
Oh. No, somebody upstairs told me that he saw Evan running back from the bathroom and slapping hands with a Cavs fan.
Did you? The people were spying on me?
Yeah, so the point is people
I thought that was private.
And you left me out to dry when I also found a like-minded individual during a Knicks-Hawks game, and you crushed me for it.
I was being respectful last night. In fact, during the introductions, you know how I handled the introductions?
You golf clapped?
I golf clapped the Cavs until they got to James Harden. I booed the crap out of him. I booed louder at James Harden than anybody else in that building.
I hope you did the same to Mikal Bridges then.
I did.
Okay.
No, it's a good call by you. Yes, I did.
Former Nets.
Not as loud as James Harden, but I definitely booed. 1,000%. Yeah, of course I would do that. Looking forward to Sean's Cinco de Lunch. I can only imagine what he's got cooking for us. We'll hear that coming up in a couple of minutes, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019, the toll-free number. And Knicks fans, does winning last night and being 3 wins away from the NBA Finals actually make you even more interested in tonight's Thunder-Spurs game? Does it change just a tad? Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
With the warm months just about here, it's time for a healthier you. My good buddy John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger and function at a higher level. A dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you to help prevent injuries. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help you get back the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
You look like you could use a refresher. A Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There's so many delicious flavors like mango, pineapple, or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, May 22nd as the Yankees take on the Rays, and come early for a very special giveaway. It's Giancarlo Stanton Basketball Jersey Night, presented by State Farm. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey. Don't miss the Yankees and the Rays on Friday, May 22nd for Giancarlo Stanton Basketball Jersey Night, presented by State Farm. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
WFAN and Corona are throwing a watch party Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4. Join John Wallace and Positive Tommy at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Score our John Starks special this month. A Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. That's right, all threes. It's my favorite number. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires June 1st.
The Boomer and Gio Show is brought to you by FanDuel. This is your reminder to check in daily, because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. Check out a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That's FanDuel.com/New York. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure, has all the betting markets you could possibly want. And when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
What an atmosphere tonight. The stands are packed. Down here, two fans side by side, both holding a Heineken. Promising start. The chant begins. Listen to that. Perfect sync. Corner coming in. They lean forward together and goal! Arms up. They cheers. Wait. That's a hug. That's a hug. Let's check the replay. Yes, two strangers at kickoff. Friends by full time.
Fans have more friends. Find yours in the stands. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities, switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
WFAN and Odyssey congratulates our Boomer Esiason on being honored as an inductee to the National Radio Hall of Fame Class of 2026. A recognition well-deserved for a true legend of the game.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. The NFL approved yesterday moving to 10 international games in 2027, but really 11 because somehow it doesn't include the Jags in London, up from 8 this season. In a previous rule, NFL teams had the ability to protect 2 of their home games from being moved internationally. The NFL voted to strip that right away from, or I guess didn't vote, but strip that right away from teams, meaning a Giants-Jets game one day could be played in the Maldives, should the NFL decide so.
The Maldives?
Well, I mean, where else are we going?
Antarctica. That's where we're going.
Well, you want to go where there are football programs, youth programs, and you develop the game and it becomes an international game.
How about we go to states that don't have the NFL? What about that idea? What about a game in New Mexico or a game in Nebraska or a game in Montana?
Because when you talk about business from a profit and loss standpoint, you think about the total accessible market. So if you're putting a business plan together, it's like, what is your total market? How many people can you reach? And in the NFL, until they went international, it was 320 million people.
Right. Now they've expanded
now
that.
you can start saying it's probably $1 billion.
And you know how
and
it
it's
affects...
actually more than $1 billion because everybody has Netflix.
Yeah, no, I got you. And it affects sports in a great way, even if we don't see it right away. Look at the NBA as a great example. So tonight, we're all going to be watching Oklahoma City, San Antonio, and we're going to watch their French superstar Victor Wembanyama against the Canadian superstar SGA. The NBA going international, which really started with the Dream Team, has created a pool of athletes and superstars that never would have come about loving basketball without the growth of the NBA internationally.
Right.
So I predict this to you, and it's going to be a long time from now, but 20 years from now, we're going to have like British superstars in the NFL.
I mean, we already have an IPP guy who is an international pathway program from the NFL who is an all-pro. Jordan Mailata.
That's right.
He was a rugby player in New Zealand. Well, where was he from? Australia? I can't remember.
I thought it was Australia.
Oh, Samoa. Maybe it was Samoa or something like that. Wherever he's from, he didn't grow up in the States.
And the only way that you get that kind of growth is by spreading the game.
International. That's exactly right.
I just saw a video from our buddy CP the Franchise, who was in the building last night as well. He showed Knicks fans leaving. Like Knicks fans leaving with about 7.5 minutes to go, and he tweets out the video. There must be a fire drill going on. People are leaving. And obviously, like, the video's the video. I respect it. Where I was sitting on the Chase Bridge, not a single person left. And trust me, I would be the first one to tell you about all the people leaving.
Yeah.
We talked about it on Monday in regards to Mets Yankees. I did not see, and maybe it's just where I'm at. Maybe the people who are on the Chase Bridge are less likely to leave. I have no idea. CP had much better seats. I shouldn't say much better. He had more expensive seats. I think my seats are the best, but touche. Like, he's sitting lower bowl. So, because I said earlier in the show, not a single person left. Obviously, there's video proof that some people did. It was certainly not noticeable, and I didn't see it in my section. Now, we've taken calls today from people that admitted they shut the game off. Tiki admitted he shut the game off. We had one guy say he went to sleep. We had another guy say that he hooked up with his wife. Lots of different reasons for saying, hey, 22 down, I'm out. But I tell you, as a witness, I did not see anybody on the Chase Bridge area of Madison Square Garden leaving that game early.
Good. And you shouldn't have because of what happened. But it's hard to, in real time, to say this thing is not anything but over. It felt over. And it felt like even if the Knicks made a valiant effort to come back, there was no way they were getting all the way back until they did.
Yeah. I mean, there were many opportunities where, like the Evan Mobley 3 out of the timeout that got it back to 8, where it's like, all right, Cleveland's going to find a way. The one moment where I still knew Cleveland isn't going to find a way was the Harden leading shot with about 30 seconds to go. Because at that point, I'm like, first of all, Jalen's just going to cook Harden on the back end.
Right.
There's no way.
It's too much time. Right. If it was 7 seconds, maybe.
Yeah. The only question I had was on the Cavaliers' final possession. Will they just hit a buzzer beater? Because you never know, you know? And Sam Merrill came so close to that. And here's what I can't get over. Sean, were you able to find Kenny Atkinson talking about the timeouts in postgame?
Kaplan was. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, doesn't matter who. Good job by Cap. I want you to listen to Kenny Atkinson talking about why he didn't use a timeout as the Knicks were going on what eventually was an 18-1 run. He did not use a timeout until it got to 18-1 and did not use timeouts. So Kenny was asked about this after the game. Listen to his answer because
not acceptable.
It is comical.
Well, I like to hold my timeouts. I mean, I didn't want to have one timeout at the end of the game, 1 or 2 point game. I try to hold them.
Okay, so he wants to hold a timeout.
Well, did you hear what he said? I didn't want to. So at first I thought he was talking about the like it's a 1 or 2 point game. We won't be able to hold them if we don't have a timeout. Meaning we won't be able to hold the Knicks back if we don't have a timeout. You know you understand what I'm saying? Like he was saying that if we don't have a timeout to stop them when it becomes a 1 or 2 point game, then we're going to lose the game. And so I'm holding a timeout so when it becomes a 1 or 2 point game, I can call a timeout and design a play. That's what it sounded like he was saying. That's not what he was saying.
No, I thought it was so that at the end of the game, you could have a timeout. So when Jalen Brunson hits the shot that ties the game, I figured, well, he's going to use a timeout. He's got one in his pocket that he wasn't using.
Right.
And then you could draw up a play, and whatever that play is. Instead, and I'm not opposed to coaches doing this where they don't use a timeout and they let the action continue. Right. In fact, both coaches did that in the final, I guess it was minute of the game. It was a crazy sequence when no one used the timeout. And Sam Merrill did get a really good look that was halfway down. But he says, I didn't use the timeout because I'm saving one for late in the game. You didn't even use it late in the game.
Right.
You didn't even use it to draw up a play with 8 seconds to go.
Right.
So Kenny did not have the right answer. Everybody likes Kenny Atkinson because he's a nice guy, but we got to call him out. I mean, this was foolish.
Confused?
No. I don't think he was confused.
Then why would he not call the timeout?
Because here's what I think. I think he overthought this. I do believe that during the course of the run, he was thinking, I want to hold on to my timeouts, even though I have a use it or lose it timeout. I want to hold on to them. And then in the final seconds, I think he genuinely thought my best chance to win the game is to keep the Knicks on their heels and not call a timeout, which also allows them to take a deep breath and set up their defense. And so I think he overthought the whole thing.
He thought he's getting a better shot, even though he has two guys who are creators as ball handlers. He thought he was going to get a better shot by not calling a timeout.
Right, and
which doesn't make sense when you think about it.
And not giving the Knicks a chance to take a breath and draw up their defense and even make changes defensively. They could have subbed in a better defensive lineup, which is the other factor.
It was the right decision by Kenny Atkinson not to call the timeout because that ball should have went down.
Yeah.
It was the right shot. It was on target. It just hit a little too deep or short, whatever it was.
I mean, it was halfway down.
It was halfway down. But whatever it was the right decision. It's because they lost. It looks like a bad decision.
Yes.
That's one of those situations where it's like, no, oh, yes, no.
I find something obnoxious that I want to point out because I've heard a few people say this going into this series where everybody would pick the Knicks are better, the Knicks are that. But one consensus I would always hear is, well, but the Cavs have a better coach. Now, I'm going to put Kenny Atkinson over Mike Brown.
Can't say that anymore.
And forget anymore. Why would you say that to begin with? Is it because he's a local guy and we like him?
Well, I think
that's the only reason.
No, I think people were saying that about whoever the Knicks would have matched up against.
Well, that's not fair, though. Every coach is different. What does Kenny Atkinson accomplish?
I don't disagree.
Anybody want to walk me through it?
I don't disagree.
Other than you like him and he's a nice guy, someone's got to explain to me what he's done.
But that's a local thing.
Well, that's my point.
I don't think the national media was saying that.
No, locally. That's what I heard from a few different Knicks fans where, hey, the one edge they have is the coach. And we all like Kenny. Kenny is a really nice guy. But again, I'm going to ask it very calmly and politely because I don't want to disrespect him either. Walk me through Kenny Atkinson's resume and Mike Brown's resume and explain to me what Kenny Atkinson has done better than Mike Brown. I'd love to hear it. And that silence is everyone's answer because the truth is it was a bias towards people liking him.
But didn't he develop the Knicks guys?
The Nets
guys?
Yeah. And what'd they do? He didn't call a timeout in a 23-1 run, and they lost in 5 to the Sixers.
That's right.
I mean, I was there. Trust me. I appreciate what he did, and that is a compliment. But Mike Brown's coached in the NBA Finals.
No,
Mike Brown was just the architect of the coaching staff that made an adjustment in Game 4 against Atlanta that has led to 8 consecutive victories, and at the time, 7 consecutive victories. The Cavaliers are the Frauduliers, right? That's who they are. So other than liking him, because he's a nice guy and he's local, how did Kenny Atkinson going into last night have an edge over Mike Brown? The answer is he didn't. And now, after he embarrassed himself last night, I think there'll be people saying, oh, yeah, maybe we do have a coaching edge. Maybe we do have an edge. I think a lot of it is a disrespect towards Mike Brown and an overinflation of Kenny Atkinson, who I like too. He's a wonderful guy, but we can be fair about talking about people.
Right.
You can like someone and also acknowledge that. What's his resume that's so impressive? That's all. Just being fair. Anyhow, Sean, we're all hungry, so why don't you feed us?
Sean Morash in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evan's yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. So what truly made last night special at Madison Square Garden, what truly at its core made it special, is that for some reason, far too many times in the last 30 years, it feels like that moment at Madison Square Garden happens to us as New York fan bases. So I'm here to give you the 5 brutal New York losses the Knicks' Game 1 win actually reminds us of. But only it's on the good end here in New York. Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
Matt Harvey staying on the mound in Game 5, 2015 World Series. Sitting there, that little comeback by the Royals at the end, the win. That's a bad New York moment. This was reversed.
I've had a rough 12 hours as a sports fan.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we got to do that?
Yeah.
I got news for you, Evan. Everybody gets a taste here. Okay.
This Cinco is a tad confusing.
Well,
it's just a tad confusing. I'm going to
He
let
has
it
pissed me off.
I'm going to let it play out, but it's a tad confusing.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about it.
I will change the title ever so to this. The 5 New York sports losses last night redeemed 4. Okay? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I was trying to help Cap'n out graphics. Here we go.
Number 4.
The Trey Junkin game. January 2003.
And we talked about that earlier because in the whole idea of did the Cavs choke or not,
yes.
I asked Tiki, did the Giants choke against the Niners? And he definitively couldn't even get the question out. The answer was, yeah.
Yeah,
we
you're up by
choked.
24 in the NFL, you should win.
All right, here we go.
Number 3.
Yankee fans, how about just a couple of years ago, the Freddie Freeman Game 1 Grand Slam and Nestor Cortez being in that game?
Yeah.
Similar Game 1.
I think Game 1s are very similar in that the series isn't over, but you feel it. Like you feel it.
It sets a tone.
It's uphill from that point forward.
Yeah, it's that uphill battle that you face when you lose a Game 1 that you have in your pocket.
Right.
Number 2.
The Tyrese Halliburton shot from last year.
Yep.
Absolutely in reverse.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely in
Just
reverse.
get to number 1 because I already know what it is. And
Number 1.
The Deshaun Jackson game.
No, that's wrong. Come on.
No, last night was the Deshaun Jackson game in reverse.
It was a regular season game. Number 1 is 2000 World Series, Yankees-Mets. Mets had Game 1-1. Yankees came back and won it. They won the series in 5.
That's not number 1. Evan.
How is that not number
because
1?
it's 2 New York teams.
Evan, forget.
We're penalizing that because of that?
Evan.
No, because this is a New York team making up for New York teams doing the opposite.
So a New York on New York crime gets disqualified?
Because you have so many Knicks Yankee fans that celebrated. Even if it's not disqualified, look, and I understand that one's more personal to you. If you polled the New York audience, what is the worst comeback you can remember witnessing? Everybody not everybody, but the majority without hesitation will always bring up the Deshaun Jackson game.
Yeah.
That is without a doubt still the one that holds up. And you could say regular season you won. It ended the dreams of the 2010 Giants that they then had to redeem in 2011. The Deshaun Jackson game is the comeback that sits with New York sports fans' lore forever. And last night felt like the Cavs got the Deshaun Jackson game.
Yeah. The Deshaun Jackson game is a legendary collapse in New York sports history. Completely agree with
100%. I took my kids to that game.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a playoff series. Maybe it's because it's not the playoffs. I get what it did to their season. I'm not arguing with anything you said about that. I disagree. But I'm also still confused by the Cinco as well, like Tiki.
Yeah, I told you it was going to be confusing.
Yeah.
But it's even more so because of Evan's confusion. The fact that it was 2 New York teams disqualifies it.
No, I think I get that now.
Yeah.
Like, as much as that's a killer for Met fans, there are a group of New Yorkers who are like, dude, that's one of the greatest moments of all time.
That's right.
So I acknowledge that.
So to the point, that wouldn't fit the Yankees. Last night was a brutal collapse by the Cavs. Usually it's our teams that have the brutal collapses. These were the 5 comparable to it.
Right. Yes.
Okay?
Now, the key is, and I'll leave a few of them out because football's tough to relate to it, regular season's tough to relate to it. The key is what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about the story. We sat here a year ago.
Well, we know what the 2011 Giants did.
We do. No, but we also know what happened in each of the series where a team lost game 1.
Right.
And how they recovered. And yes, the 2011 Giants the year after this. The key is, like last year when we sat here and we talked about the Tyrese Halliburton game and we commiserated with Knicks fans, the reminder I had to everybody was it's all about what happens next. How this is remembered is what happens next.
Right.
I remember in 2021, a little bit before the Game 7 net loss to the Bucks, they won a legendary Game 5. And I remember Craig was pumping me up. Oh, it's one of the greatest wins of your career, your life as a sports fan. I was like, dude, it's all about what happens next. Right. If they don't win the series, what does it mean? Works the same way. We all think the Knicks are going to win this series. No one is breathing air into a microphone and saying the Cavs are going to win. But if somehow they did, then this is a win that doesn't live in New York Knicks lore. It doesn't live in history. It becomes a footnote.
Right. Especially because you only remember those seasons, the epicness of the moments in the seasons when they win something big.
Or if they lose something.
I don't even know if it's the championship. I think it's...
No, it's just the series.
It's just getting to the NBA Finals.
Yes. It's winning this particular series.
Because for the next week or so, you'll be talking about the reason they got to the Finals is because this happened in Game 1.
And we said the exact same opposite a year ago when they lost Game 1 to Indiana. I would say, dude, you guys win this series, it's a footnote.
Right.
Like, don't worry about it. Now, it makes it more difficult because you got to beat them a fifth time. We all understood that it was an uphill battle. But if you win the series, it all gets kind of put away. If you lose the series, the same thing happens.
Yeah.
So as Alanis Morissette once said, very, very famous poet, story is yet unwritten. Was that Alanis Morissette?
Alanis Morissette.
Was that her?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. Isn't it ironic? I don't know.
Very quick break. We'll come back with more of your calls at 888-808-1019. A Yankee decision that shows their urgency. And are you more into the Western Conference Finals now that the Knicks are 3 wins away from the NBA Finals? Evan and Tiki here on The Fan.
Always incredibly busy I am. On the go, traveling, dealing with family, all those good things. But knowing my home is safe and knowing my family is safe when I'm not with them at home is so important. So I turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system. It's a smart home security system combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. All the things that I love about it, the cameras, the garage door control, the lighting, the music, etc. But the best part is that when I leave at night and set the alarm, I know that all the doors are going to lock and the lighting will turn on as soon as it gets dark outside. It makes me feel confident that my home is protected when I'm not there. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Tonight is a huge game for Oklahoma City star guard, 2-time MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA received the second MVP before Game 1 against the Spurs, and then Victor Wembanyama very much outplayed him in that game. And if SGA has another subpar game and Wemby's awesome and the Spurs win, I think we are all going to say already, Wemby's better than SGA. I'm Nick Costos.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's creoninfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th.
Wayfair,
every style, every home. Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th. Wayfair, every style, every home.
Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Helping people achieve their goals is what we do. So if your goal is owning a home, we're here to help with guidance and resources, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
Baseball season is here, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade who will win the big game awards, which teams will win their division right now. You can even trade who the next manager for Boston and Philadelphia will be, as well as the date when a manager will be fired by. Maybe you want to trade on who will win the championship. The team from the Bronx is trading at 14% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $655 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com.regulatory.
Water damage happens fast. So can the cleanup when you call on the restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
The Declaration of Deal sales event is happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. This is the time to save on all new Jeep and Ram trucks. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We have not discussed any baseball today. It's been an all Knicks day, so if you've missed any of the show, you can rewind it on the Odyssey app. But real quick, two important baseball notes. Number one, I commend Brian Cashman. I commend the New York Yankees.
They were pretty good.
Because they're not messing around this season. Garrett Cole is starting Friday night against the Tampa Bay Rays. And I mentioned yesterday when we were talking about the return of Garrett Cole and if he needs one more rehab start, I think if the Yankees want to really take this regular season seriously, and they should based on what happened last year where they lost the best record in the American League and a tiebreaker with the Blue Jays based on tiebreakers, they've got to treat the regular season like a big deal. They are already down an 0-3 hole to the Tampa Bay Rays. They play the Rays on Friday at Yankee Stadium. Why would you not have Garrett Cole start that game? It makes no sense to me. So the fact that the Yankees decided that he will, I think shows me and shows all of you that they are treating these games against Tampa Bay with the urgency that it needs.
Yeah, and they should, because this was the mantra, the MO that this team wanted to have. And it started, I think it was before the season. It might have been in the early part of the season when we heard about this meeting that Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge had with the team, essentially saying we have to approach every game like it's an important game, not just one of 162, where it doesn't matter. And you felt the urgency at the early part of this season. Now they've dealt with some injuries, but they're weathering it. And winning each series, it should be their goal because it sets them up to be exactly where they need to be come postseason.
And where they need to be is the team with the best record in the American League.
Which is, not I won't say it's easily doable, but it's doable because of how poor the American League is, even though some of it is starting to get a little bit better.
Look, right now it's Tampa Bay. You look at the landscape of the American League, not just right now, but moving forward, right? It's the Tampa Bay Rays.
Right,
so
Cleveland's
you need to
right
beat
there
them
as well.
I'm not worried about that.
I'm not either, but you would say you're not worried about Tampa Bay.
No, I get you. I'm just saying in terms of where they are right now and looking ahead, Tampa Bay feels like the threat. Maybe the Blue Jays fix things, but these two wins have been huge against Toronto, creating more ground. So these games matter. So instead of screwing around by having Garrett Cole start a rehab game, throw him right into the mix Friday night, I commend them for that. On the Mets side of things, I found this out at Madison Square Garden last night, even though I was scoring the Met game. I had no idea until a security guard at Madison Square Garden told me that Nick Morabito was wearing number 8. That's where I got my information. Yeah. One security guard said, "Evan, who are you rooting for?" Again, very intimidating look. And I said,
in the Knicks
to get into Madison Square Garden, the security, I put my bag through the machine like I'm going on an airplane, and he said, "Evan, who are you rooting for?" And I said, "I don't want to lie to you, so why don't we just not answer that question?" And then he laughed and said, "Have a good time." I said, "Thank you, sir." And then later on, someone said, "Hey, dude, did you remember Morabito's wearing 8?" And I'm like, "Really?" Now, the story behind 8 is that Gary Carter wore it, and it has been unofficially retired. No one has worn it since Desi Relaford in 2001. And so somehow yesterday it slipped through the cracks. Morabito got the number 8, and it was confirmed that it's a one-day only thing, and today he's going to switch back to the number I guess he's going to wear, which is 55. Here's my problem with the Mets right now.
What? It slipped through the cracks?
I don't know how it slips through the cracks. And I'm not going to lose sleep over one game, even though Nick Morabito, in a way, cost them 5 runs by not catching the inside the park grand slam that he got a glove on, and then B, going into the stands on a sacrifice fly in which he could have let it go for a foul ball.
But you needed outs in that inning.
I get it. I'm just spot the lie. Nick Morabito cost the Mets 5 runs. Am I wrong?
True.
I like the kid. I think he's going to be really good.
Tyrone Taylor could have cost him a couple runs, too. So.
Yeah, him standing there didn't help, but that was going to be a 3-run triple anyway at that point.
Right.
So my problem with the Mets is either retire the number or give it out. Like, you've retired Keith Hernandez, you've retired Doc, you've retired Darryl, you've retired Jerry Kuzman, you're going to retire Carlos Beltran. Number 8 has been out of circulation for 25 years. Unfortunately, Gary Carter hasn't been with us for more than a decade now. Just retire the number.
Yeah.
Like, this feels weird to me.
It's funny, because I read the game notes that we get every day from the Mets and the Yankees. And in that game note, I noticed that. It's like they've recalled, recalled because he was already on the 40-man, Nick Morabito, and he's going to wear number 8. And it didn't register. If it was you had read it, it would have registered right away. I didn't register that right away. I was just like, all right, cool, number 8. That's a cool number.
No, I get you.
Right? And now that you're saying it, how does that mistake putting that in quotes. How does that happen?
The only way it happens is they're on the road, and whoever is running that clubhouse right now is just not familiar with the unofficial rules.
Or they didn't have another jersey? Like, what else? I don't know how you do that.
I don't know, but retire the number. And I've speculated that I think the Mets are going to surprise us by retiring the number later this year. Like they're going to do what they did with Willie Mays a few years ago, because it was the same thing with 24. Right. For a long time, 24 was out of circulation. It was worn randomly, like Ricky Henderson wore it, Robbie Cano wore it. But outside of that, I think those were only the two guys that wore it over the course of a long period of time. And then finally the Mets said, screw it, we're going to retire the number. We're going to honor the legacy of Willie Mays in his New York baseball history. Retire the number 8. Like, if it's out of circulation, what are we doing? It's like half a retirement.
Is it possible they're waiting for, like, his family to pick a day or a year they want to come do this?
Haven't they had a decade to do that? Dude,
okay, but I'm just saying, even if it's come up in the last couple of years, you know? I don't know, because you have to wait. Remember, David Wright took forever before he wanted to have his number retired, it felt like.
I think this is different. I get your point. I think David was more about, I'm not old, you know, like that kind of thing. Like, I don't want to do this yet. Unfortunately,
and he was humble about it. Yeah, he's just there's humility there with him.
Yeah, Gary hasn't been with us in a long time, and I understand why the number's out of circulation. Just retire the number. Just retire the number.
Are you aware of the other Mets piece of news? That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, the only piece of news I have, and you could tell me if there's an update on this, is that Jonah Tong was scratched from his start at AAA. Does that mean he's coming to the major leagues, or is there an injury?
No, and that's the thing. There's no official word, but the belief on the internet is this is so he could start for the Mets tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ready. He's had a really rough year at AAA. But what we're seeing right now with the Mets, and last night was a bad loss, no matter how you cut it. You give Nolan McLean a 5-run lead, and he craps the bed. That's the truth about Nolan McLean last night. Love the kid, but he crapped the bed, and you can't lose that game once your offense explodes in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, the thing you've been complaining about is finally starting to happen, which is Bo Bichette is hitting home runs.
Yeah, that's great.
He hit 2 back-to-back and back-to-back innings, and you pad this lead, and then I don't want to say that Nolan McLean has gotten figured out, but it's just – I don't trust that he's going to get deep in these games without giving up some hits.
It's amazing he went 5 2/3 innings. That was a take one for the team kind of moment last night, where the Mets basically said, we are desperate for innings, so go pitch. Nolan McLean, I'll do this for you, Sean, so you're not the bad guy.
I was gonna give Tiki a number.
Oh, you're going to do it? All right, you want to continue being a jerk today?
Yeah, you know what? I'm here.
I was going to save you from being a bad guy.
I'll say it.
All right, go ahead.
I'll say it. So Tiki, just your word, Nolan McLean last night gave up 9 runs total. Cam Schlittler's given up 9 earned runs all year. Didn't deserve a spot on Team USA.
This debate is like, it's over until next year.
Didn't I end it yesterday?
No, you put it on pause.
I put it on pause.
The new debate.
I'm telling you, it's over till next year.
The new debate is Nolan McLean or Will Warren. That's become the new debate.
All I know is the Mets are really going through a full youth movement right now. They call up Nick Morabito, which I was excited about. And again, I'm picking on him a little bit for the defense, but he got his glove on the ball. Make the play. It turns into an inside-the-park grand slam.
Yeah, it hit his palm.
I know. Zach Thornton is making his major league debut later today, and now there's a possibility Jonah Tong is coming up. So it feels like the Mets are saying, look, we don't know where this season's going, but we're going to at least let the youth have a big say in where this season goes.
It almost... I don't want to look at this as conceding just to get experience, because you still have to look at the Juan Soto's who's starting to hit again, and Bo Bichette and some of these other veterans. But at the same time, it does feel like they're saying, let's just bring them up and give them the experience. It'll benefit us next year.
Well, compare who's losing opportunities. In the case of Nick Morabito, they DFA'd Austin Slater. Is that really a problem?
No, it's not.
So it's more looking at your options and saying, hey, if the options all suck, let's go with the youth.
Right.
And it's not a terrible idea, because sometimes the youth can spark you, as they got a little bit from Carson Benj's hotness lately in the call-up of A.J. Ewing.
Right.
Now let's get back to your basketball calls, 888-808-1019. Chris in Bayshore. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, hey, guys. Hey, I think in talking about the Knicks last night, I think 2 things can be true here. I think it's equal parts tremendous run by the Knicks, but equally, those watching the Cavs that last second half of that fourth quarter, I mean, they were totally lost.
Yeah,
right. You could pin it on Atkinson, you could pin it on Hart, and Evan, you must have had a great night, because Harden looked absolutely horrendous. He looked like a guy playing at the Y. He was
That's a great one.
He looks like a guy playing at the Y, and yet the ball is constantly in his hands in the final few minutes of the game.
James Harden has played in 48 postseason games, and 25% of them, a quarter of these 48 games, he's had more turnovers than he had.
Well, he's played in more than 48.
I
so
know,
that number is very high.
No. 48 of his career playoff games.
Gotcha. There you go.
48 of his whatever it is. Whatever 75% more is of 48. So it's a lot of playoff games. He's had more turnovers than baskets made.
Yes, that is the new rage of the James Harden crushing over the last few days.
188.
Which is to point out this absurdity, and it is absurd, that he routinely has games where he turns the ball over more than he makes field goals.
48 out of 188.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Yeah, no, it is. I think when you complete a 22-point comeback in the final 7.5 minutes of the game, it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's going to partially be a collapse. Yes, it's going to be bad coaching. And, yes, it's going to be awesomeness from you.
Well, their stars
Mikal
didn't
Bridges
star.
made big shots.
Right. There's the Cavs stars didn't star. The Knicks stars starred.
But keep this in mind. To make a comeback like this, you not only need a collapse, you not only need guys stepping up, everything needs to go your way.
Right.
That Landry Shamut 3 has to go in. And it did.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go in, you know what we're talking about today? Hey, that was a goody-gritty effort.
Right.
Hey, they battled back. You got to give them credit. And that would have been the feeling today. Like, I think if the Knicks lose this game, they make the ferocious comeback, but they come up short, I think they're actually, believe it or not, and this is rare coming off a playoff loss, especially a home playoff loss, I think there would have been a lot of positivity. I think everyone would have walked around today like a comatose positive Tommy.
Yeah, I could see that. That was rust. They'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I would agree with it.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mike in Queens. Hey, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
Thanks for taking my call. You guys are awesome. I listen to you guys every day.
Appreciate it.
As far as that game last night, I was just like that other guy. When they were up by 18 and D-Wade hit that three-pointer, made it a 4-point play, I just called it a night. I was like, this is ridiculous. I thought it was like, this is where I was right about them having too much rest and them playing the 7 games was going to hurt us. And I was like, unbelievable. So I shut it off. And then I woke up this morning. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, are you kidding me? And I missed it today.
But
and I want to kick myself in the ass for that because
that's a great
when I go to a Mets game, I stay all the way to the 9th inning.
Wow. So what made you then, as someone that stays to the very end, what made you shut the TV off?
I just saw that there was just 6 minutes left, 18 points. It was like, oh, my God. And at that point, it looked like everything was going down for them, especially when Spider hit the 3. I was like, oh, my God.
No, I get Look, I think everyone thought the game was over. I played the audio earlier of Big Mac saying, yeah, we lost. So he wasn't alone in that.
Right.
But to shut the game off and then not check it until the next morning, that's crazy. I got to feel bad. I don't want to laugh.
Why?
Because I feel bad that you missed it. I do. I feel terrible. I mean, it's cool to wake up to that kind of news. It's cool to wake up and be like, let me read about that horrible
Yeah,
net
it's just
loss.
like a great surprise.
Yeah. It's a great surprise, but you quickly go from, I'm excited that they won to, oh my God, the regret is filling my heart.
Yeah, it then becomes, well, what happened?
Yeah.
Like how?
You got to go back and watch it.
The how is just as important as it's actually more important than what happened.
Yeah, I think you definitely go back and rewatch it just to see.
You have to.
Mike's in Flatbush. Hey, Mike.
Hey, fellas. Thanks for taking my call.
What's up, dude?
I've been on hold for a bit, so my original point changed because of something that the both of you guys have said in the course of the last couple of segments. So I was going to talk about how, the Cavs might have short memories, and this might not be as emotionally crushing as people have been saying. But you teased the Western Conference final game a bit, and of course people are interested. I mean, last night, Breen, I think, was saying that it was one of the best playoff games he'd ever seen. It was electric, and both game ones going to overtime is phenomenal.
Right.
But Tiki and Evan, you guys, Tiki said, and apologies if I got this wrong, but the spirit of it was, Tiki said, if the Knicks play at their best, does it matter who they get in the finals? And then Evan said, Knicks can play 3 bad or subpar quarters and still win. Well, not against the Spurs and not against OKC. I see Caruso being, I'm precogging it now. I'm calling it. I think he's going to be the next generational villain.
He may be. I mean, he was the one who kept the Thunder in game 1.
Right.
Let's clarify.
He is fun, though, by the way.
Well, depends on your perspective.
Yeah. If you're a fan of that, whatever team he happens to be on.
Let's clarify. For myself, no, they cannot play 3 bad quarters against a team like Oklahoma City and expect to win. I was talking more about last night and their current opponent, which is the Cleveland Cavaliers. In terms of the NBA Finals, which you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself on, I think the Knicks are proving they can compete with anybody.
Right. I'm not even close to seeing them in the NBA Finals yet.
But the margin for error against a team like Oklahoma City, specifically them, is far different than the margin for error you have against the 3 teams they have faced.
I think what we were talking about, or what I specifically said that he was referring to, is that the way that the Knicks play make you think it doesn't matter who they're facing.
If they're at their best.
If they're at their best. It makes you feel like it doesn't matter who they're playing.
Well, keep in mind, at their best, they were making 55% from 3.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, if they shoot like that.
And they didn't even. I mean, they were 30% last night.
No, I'm not even talking last night. I'm talking in general at their best.
Right. Oh, yes.
If the Knicks play at their best, if they shoot the basketball the way they did against Philadelphia, yeah, of course they could beat anybody.
Right.
But I think that playing bad basketball, which they did for 3.5 quarters and still finding a way to win, yeah, of course it's more challenging against a better opponent. When you look at the Western Conference Finals, as a sports fan, you're enthralled by it. But as a Knicks fan, are you starting to view it differently? Are you starting to view it as, I'm rooting for OKC tonight because I want the series to go 7? Or are you saying, no, screw that. We beat the Spurs a few times during the regular season, and one game where we collapsed, we should have won that game too. Screw it, I want the Spurs. Let's go Spurs. Are you watching the Western Conference Finals with an attitude and a view that you normally don't have? Not as a sports fan, but as a Knicks fan.
Well, I think if you're a Knicks fan, you're scouting.
You're scouting.
You're just trying to, how does my team measure up against either one of these teams? How is OKC going to respond after losing game 1 at home? Maybe some of their, I don't know, ineffectiveness early in that game was also because they had a sweep in the series before. And so you're just starting to develop a mindset on both of those teams. Now, if Wemby comes out and he's dominant again, now he scored 41, but that was double overtime. But if he comes out and he's dominant,
making logo threes,
exactly.
Like it's
if he's doing crazy stuff like that, then and they win again, you're really fearful of Wemby, even though you beat him in the NBA Cup game.
That's what gives you and you beat him. Other than that, too, they beat him a couple of times this season. Yeah, I think that it's natural in life to think ahead.
Yeah,
it's natural in life to start having your brain go to areas that maybe you shouldn't responsibly do it, but you start to envision, can I see us competing with them in the NBA Finals?
Right.
We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. It's also sponsored by Ray Cattina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
Summer starts behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event. Shop over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience Ray Cattina customer service, and you'll see why Mercedes-Benz of Edison earned the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you with the Thunder Spurs game 2, and I think the Rutgers rookie shines again. Dylan Harper was incredible in Game 1, 24 points with 11 boards and 7 steals. Spurs starting point guard De'Aaron Fox is questionable again with a sprained ankle after he missed Game 1. Even if Fox plays, Harper had way too much of an impact to not get meaningful minutes. And if Fox is out, Harper will start again. So I'm going over on his points plus rebounds. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
You look like you could use a refresher, a Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There are so many delicious flavors like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
If you're looking for a great price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire, where you always get the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires. But it doesn't end there, because Town Fair Tire gives you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. More free services than any other tire dealer. That's why we say nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka, like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Whether you root for the Mets, Yanks, or another squad, there's one destination every baseball fan needs to hit. The MLB flagship store in the heart of Midtown. We're talking 2 floors of baseball heaven. The spirit of the game vibes all year long at the MLB flagship store at 6th Avenue and 51st Street. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve. But my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. It's Zach Thornton and Zach Liddell as the Mets and Nationals continue their wacky series in D.C. at 6:45. We'll see what kind of craziness happens there. And a great young pitching matchup at Yankee Stadium tonight. Trey Savage and Cam Schlittler duel at 7 p.m. right here on the Fan. And the Yankees are looking to win a series versus Toronto, something they couldn't seem to do a year ago. So a nice little baseball night ahead.
Now, we didn't see that last year, right? In the postseason, Savage and against Schlittler.
No.
We did not. We just had competing.
Now you got me wondering, what did we see? We saw Savage pitch game 2.
I could have sworn that was the game Max Fried kind of spit the bit versus Toronto.
Was that the Fried game?
Yeah, let me go check.
Maybe. But I just remember in real time from last year, us talking about each of our theirs and our young phenom pitcher.
Right.
And Cam Schlittler has followed up his season. I don't know what Trey Savage's
He's
like
only
this year.
made 4 starts because he was hurt to start the year, and in those 4 starts, he's pitched to a 1.40
so
ERA.
We got a duel today.
I am right. It was game 2.
And it's not. So what
and
game?
And Schlittler pitched which game?
Schlittler, I believe.
I think he pitched game 3.
No, game 4.
He pitched game 4?
Yeah, it was Luis Heel.
Oh, because Toronto threw a bullpen game.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Right.
Now I remember because we were there together for that one. Yes. Because remember, he pitched the clincher of the Red Sox series.
That's right. The game 3.
So that's game 3.
Right.
So he couldn't come back.
And he went deep in that game, too.
That's right.
That
and
was a great start
he
by
pitched
Schlittler.
the game against the Toronto bullpen in game 4.
Yeah, it was Heel, Fried, Rodon, Schlittler.
What's exciting about Schlittler and Savage is not just the matchup tonight. That's cool enough. It's the idea of, wow, these 2 guys could anchor the rotations for the next decade.
Yeah, this is
Savage is 22 years old.
Now, the question will be, we know the Yankees are going to keep putting a roster together that's going to be competing for the AL East and obviously for the postseason. The question is, and I think we've over the last couple of off seasons have realized that the Blue Jays are going to try to do that as well.
They sure are. Now people are actually taking their money.
Yeah.
Which wasn't the case for a while.
Well,
Dylan Cease was like, give me that money.
It definitely helped that they went to the World Series.
Yeah.
Because it almost feels like guys just didn't want to play in Canada.
Yeah.
And now it's like, forget playing in Canada. I'm going to make a ton of money. I'm going to sign the deal when I'm home in Florida or Texas or wherever the heck I am. And so the money is not as differentiated, you know what I mean? And I could win a World Series.
Oh, no doubt.
That matters so much, I think, for some of these baseball players, especially as they get more veteran.
I will also admit to you, I have told you I am a geek for great pitching.
Yep.
Like, that is my love. I love the sport of baseball, but give me a pitcher's duel any day of the week.
Oh,
like,
wait, you're going to the game?
I am not going to the game tonight, no.
I thought that's what you were leading us up to.
No. What I was going to lead up to is that, and I don't know when it started. I think it started later than you realize. Probably the Met game. I think Cam Schlittler is so must-watch TV. Like, he's at the point where I watch every Yankee game, but sometimes it's on DVR. Sometimes I delay it. Like, when he's on the mound, it is priority television.
Right. Especially when you get, say, a national broadcast and they end up, and you have good broadcasters who are detailing the difference in his fastballs and how they move all different places. And how, as a hitter, you're stuck.
Yeah.
You're stuck guessing. And that's hard baseball's kind of that in some regard anyways, but when you have no idea which way that ball is going, up, down, left, right, you have no idea.
I certainly hope, too, the timing of tonight's scattered thunderstorms, isolated thunderstorms, doesn't screw up this pitching matchup either. Keep that in mind if you're going to the game tonight, too. This probably is not a night you're home and out of there by 9:30.
But they're both young, right? And so you would think that if, let's just say you get a 30-minute delay, they come back out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's just the type of thunderstorms we're supposed to get tonight. It's not going to be a washout, but it just, you know what I mean? It could be an hour delay at some point when the game already starts. It could screw everything up.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to have a start and stop, and you're also, both teams are going to be very careful with their young arms.
Of course.
But he's must-watch TV. I mean, he is at that point now where when Cam Schlittler's on the mound, it reminds me of the way I felt when DeGrom was on the mound, Matt Harvey from Met fans.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had that as Yankee fans, because as much as Garrett Cole is great and CeCe Sabathia was great and even Roger Clemens was great, I don't know. There's a difference between someone young and someone you built.
And a power pitcher, too. That's the difference. You know, CeCe he was great. Cy Young, he's Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer. But he wasn't blowing you away with 98-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Early in his career he was, but not towards the end.
Not towards
or the
end.
middle.
The last must-watch start of the Yankees had, I think, was El Duque.
Yeah, the difference, Sean, Evan, when you bring up Jacob deGrom, is that the Yankees win those games.
It's a great point. They score some runs.
Here's what I don't understand.
You want to bring up deGrom, I'm going to bring up some shrapnel.
Yeah, but I'm not even saying negative stuff.
I know you're not saying negative. I'm not saying negative. I'm just saying the Yankees will win these games.
Other than,
with Cam Schlittler. deGrom would lose 1-0.
I understand that. Like, I've been on the air with you now for 3.5 hours.
Uh-huh.
This is not a good day personally for me.
Why?
But for my sports fandom. I mean, the Mets blew a 5-0 lead, and I hate the Knicks. I'm always honest about that. I don't stab you in the back without you looking.
But you
I
went.
tell you.
But you went.
But I went, and I've talked about them in a very fair way. I have been nothing but classy today. And all of a sudden, you just throw in there, and DeGrom loses his start.
Evan,
what have I done to deserve that?
It's not in our DNA. Or maybe it is a little bit in Sean's. It's not in our DNA to troll you. But when we get the opportunity, you know what? It's good. We take a little jab. It's not like a knife. We're just taking a little
unnecessary.
We're taking like a little
scalpel,
a pin knife. A pen knife. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to kill you. We're not trying to cut out your liver or anything. But you know,
I've been on my best behavior today, and all I do is get stabbed. Actually, I'm going to show you some class right now because I want to. It's only going to be 30 seconds. I want to take everybody into a secret meeting. This is a meeting of the coalition of Knicks haters, so you can hear it live on the radio. I want you to play a comment that Tommy Lugauer made last night on his popular nighttime program.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, he's not Tommy Lugauer anymore.
What is he again?
He is Positive Tommy.
He's Positive Tommy?
That's how he's being identified for the promos.
That's how John Wallace knows him.
All right. Here's Positive Tommy. Tommy Takes commenting and speculating on the coalition of Knick haters. Go ahead.
If you're a Knick fan right now, and there are a lot of haters out there, and they're going to say what they want to say, but trust me, they're scared bleepless right now. They know it. Evan knows it. They know. No, sir. They know that this team has got a great shot of winning the title, and they're scared bleepless.
Okay, let me answer that. He's right. He's right.
Yeah,
he's 1,000% right. I will only speak truths to you. I am not going to lie to you.
IBO.
I'm an IBO. I am scared half to death that the New York Knicks are going to win in the NBA championship.
Why?
I think they're capable because they're capable of it.
They're capable, and you got to go sit at a ticker tape?
Yeah, well, that's the ramifications of it. But in terms of why I'm scared of it, I mean, I don't have to go through the reasons I don't like the Knicks. I think that's obvious.
We know.
And respectfully so. I think they can win an NBA championship. And so Tommy's right. When he said that last night, I wasn't going to bother his show and call in. I nodded and I said, he's right. I'm scared. I think they can win a title. And I don't know if I've really ever felt that way in my time as a basketball fan and as a Knicks hater. I think they can. And I also think that the magic is on their side. And I don't mean Paolo Banchero. Like the rattle out of the Sam Merrill 3 and the rattle in of the Landry Shamut 3. Like there is some weird voodoo magic in the air that makes you think, at least it makes this guy think, me, that they could win an NBA championship.
That wasn't a pure shot by Landry Shamut. And if he misses, the Knicks are in desperation for the last possession.
Yeah, they lose the game.
Right. They probably lose.
They lose the game. If any of those two things.
And it's an instead of a yeah.
A part of winning a championship is being good enough. I think they have that. The other part of it, winning a championship, is magic. Like Jeffrey Mayer grabbing a fly ball and making it a home run.
Yeah, like the 2024
Knicks
Rangers.
have magic. Okay, this isn't. I'm just giving my answer.
I'm just telling you. Sometimes magic's for Houdini, and it doesn't really exist.
So answer Tommy's.
It doesn't last. Yep.
So answer Tommy's point. Are you? I forget. How did he phrase? Can you play it one more time?
Sure.
This is Tommy Takes, Positive Tommy on Knick haters.
If you're a Knick fan right now, and there are a lot of haters out there, and they're going to say what they want to say, but trust me, they're scared bleepless right now. They know it. Evan knows it. They know. No, sir. They know that this team has got a great shot of winning the title, and they're scared bleepless.
I admit that. Tommy is 1,000% right. In fact, I'm going to text him and say, hey, Tommy, you were right.
What time did you go to bed last night?
Well, the free Odyssey app.
I know, but what time did you go to bed last night?
I ended up passing out at about 1:15. Woke up at 5:40. Wow. So
it's not scared bleepless. If you're a Knicks hater, last night feels like when you wake up after meeting somebody that looks like a moose at 5 a.m. and you have a bad one-night stand. It's like, ugh, why did I do that to myself? Why did you get excited about a Cavs lead like that when you never thought the Knicks were losing this series anyway? That's what it feels like.
I felt violated.
Yeah, I feel violated.
So you're not scared?
Did most of your coalition in the meeting that you had in the underground whatever place where you guys congregate?
Yeah.
What did you guys think going into this series?
We thought the Knicks would win, but we are now scared. Like, he's right. The Knicks, the coalition of Knick haters are afraid. We are definitely afraid.
When and if they go up 3-0, that's your convening an emergency meeting?
I mean, the emergency meetings are every day now. It's like a therapy session. So you're saying you're not scared, Sean?
It's not that because my hold is still here. Even if they get to the finals, are they really going to beat the Thunder?
Yeah.
Now the Spurs win tonight.
It could be the Spurs.
I'll tell you what we will think if they play the Thunder in the NBA Finals. Do you know what we're all going to think? All of us?
Why so many Jalen's in the NBA? I think it's way too many Jalen's in the NBA.
That's true. Like, if the Knicks are playing the Thunder in the NBA Finals, we may have different opinions on who's going to win and are you scared or not, but we will all agree on that.
Why so many Jalen's in the NBA? I think it's way too many Jalen's in the NBA.
Anyhow, let's go.
Great tune.
Thank you. I didn't write it, but we have it ready for you. Let's go to Mark in Oceanside. What's up, Mark?
Hey, guys. How are you today?
Good, Mark.
One thing on the Mets and one thing on the Knicks. On the Mets, Evan, I'm a little concerned about all their young players, and here's my concern. They all look like good athletes, but none of them generate any power.
Mm-hmm.
And after losing Nimmo and Alonso and McNeil and replacing them with Simeon and Polanco, we have a shortage of power on this team.
They
and
do.
I don't see players that look like heavy hitters. I like a Bench a lot. I like Ewing. I need to see more, but Bench looks terrific. And this guy Morabito never hit anywhere where he was, so forget him.
Well, the power thing is going to have to come from somewhere, but that doesn't make them. The Mets have power now?
Not from the young kids, but you have it, in theory, from Soto. Bo Bichette's hit 3 home runs in his last 3 games.
Bo Bichette's not a power hitter, though.
I know he's not, but it's there, but just not in the Pete Alonso vein.
Yeah.
So you have to win differently.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not concerned about that. If A.J. Ewing and Carson Bench are 280, 800 OPS players, even if they're only hitting 15 home runs or whatever the number is, that's still good, useful ball players,
right.
Especially if you defend at a high level and you steal bases. Yeah, will they need to add power at some point? Are they going to rely on Ryan Clifford or maybe an acquisition from the outside? Yeah, but that doesn't stop the excitement of what A.J. Ewing, Carson Bench, and even potentially Nick Morabito can be.
Right, and especially, I mean, are you thinking you're winning a World Series this year if you're the Mets? Probably not. But this experience these young players are getting is important. And if they learn how to be everyday major leaguers, then next offseason or even at the deadline, if you get back to 500 and you're competing and you're close, you can go get one of those guys. Right? They're available, and every year they're available.
What is a better chance of happening this year, Sean? The Mets winning the World Series or the Knicks winning the NBA Finals? Go.
Knicks winning the NBA Finals.
Okay.
Yeah, not even question.
Just I'm making sure.
One's 1%, the other's 0. It's fine.
Okay.
That's hater.
WFAN and Corona throwing a watch party on Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4 of the conference finals. Join former New York legend John Wallace along with our very own Positive Tommy at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Corona will be flowing all game long with specials and swag for fans. Just like the team on the hardwood, Corona is always smooth, always refreshing, and goes perfectly watching a game. That's Game 4, Monday night, May 25th, at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue. Enjoy Corona buckets and watch New York drop buckets with Corona and WFAN. Please drink responsibly.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. With same day, next day, or any day delivery, staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
Summer starts behind the wheel of a new Mercedes-Benz at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event. Selection has never been better. Over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, and a sales team dedicated to helping you find the right one. And of course, you'll experience unparalleled Ray Catena customer service. One reason why Mercedes-Benz of Edison earned the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year award by Cars.com. Start your summer now at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Whenever water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
What an atmosphere tonight. The stands are packed. Down here, two fans side by side, both holding a Heineken. Promising start. The chant begins. Listen to that. Perfect sync. Corner coming in. They lean forward together and goal! Arms up. They cheers. Wait, that's a hug. That's a hug. Let's check the replay. Yes, two strangers at kickoff. Friends by full time.
Fans have more friends. Find yours in the stands. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Whoa, okay. This one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
The T-Mobile one says their customers had the lowest wireless bills versus the other big guys over the past 5 years. And their latest experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now or...
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. And right now, bring your phone to T-Mobile and we'll give you $400 when you switch.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. $400 with new account on qualifying line. Unlock device credit ported 90 plus days with device and carrier. Entirely redemption required. Virtual MasterCard typically takes 14 weeks. No cash access and expires in 6 months. Card issued by Sunrise Banks N.A. member FDIC. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Boy, I feel so insulted. I never usually check social media much, but for whatever reason it popped up in my feed. Some guy who claims to be the president and CEO of the Juan Lagares fan club said it's impressive how much of a loser I am because I scored the Met game at the Knicks game last night. Being called a loser, I don't really care because I don't care what anybody says. But for whatever reason, the president and CEO of the Juan Lagares fan club, that one gets to me a little bit.
Yeah, because that's he's telling you I'm the loser.
He's like, wait a second. I'm the loser. And look what you're doing. Right. And guess what? Juan Lagares president, I'd do it again. And I would do it again.
Of course you would.
I had no problem.
It's what you do.
That's right. I am who I am. And if you're afraid of what people think of you, I don't know what the next line into that is. If you're afraid of what people think of you, you're a loser. That's right. That's what it is. Then you're a loser. You're a winner if you don't give an F what people think of you.
Right.
And so do what's you, as long as it's legal and not really weird. But scoring a Met game at a Knicks playoff game, I don't think it's that weird.
What would be weird and not legal to do at a Knicks game?
Well, something that's illegal, like urinating in public, that's illegal. You can't do that.
You ever thought about that off the bridge there?
I've never thought that. I don't know if this is Big Mac's story to tell, but whatever. He was telling me that while on the bridge with me, he had a sudden urge to touch the ceiling.
And I close?
Yes. No, we're right there. And I said, dude, I totally get it. Like, it's the garden ceiling. It's not as if we're talking about some random ceiling. It's one of the most famous ceilings in all of sports. It probably is the most famous ceiling in all of sports. So I totally got it. I was like, yeah, I get it. So I was looking, and I was like, man, so we'd have to stand up. We'd have to reach
the ladder.
Get a ladder out. Yeah. So we got weird thoughts. Anyhow, thank you, President of the Juan Lagares Fan Club, for thinking I'm a loser. I appreciate that. And guess what? The more I think about it, I don't care.
Right.
So good for you. Let's go to Bruce in Westchester. What's up, Bruce?
Hello, fellas. Thanks for getting me out of court and taking my call. How are you guys?
What's happening?
No problem, man. What's up?
Okay, just write a note to my judge for me. Listen, both of you guys, I actually have a common denominator with both of you guys. First of all, Evan, I'm not going to give up where I live, but I'm very close to you, and my kid actually has a baseball lesson with Justin Sherman this afternoon, who sends his regards.
Awesome.
And Tiki, I went to law school with your former employer, the Honorable John Mara, who is nothing short of a sweetheart.
Oh, he's the best.
Gentleman, and is an absolute credit to carry on the legacy of his father. I actually went to the town hall at the Beacon Theater on Monday night. I just want to give you my two ignominious moments, which I don't believe anybody covered since you did them.
Right.
But the town hall at the Beacon, with hosted by Bob Papa, with Coach Harbaugh, Shane, the rookie class, and highlighting the '86 Super Bowl season was spectacular. And my wife actually let me take my 11-year-old, which is totally out of character. But here are the two. And Tiki, one of them I think was something that you might have witnessed firsthand, which I think definitely merits honorable mention. The snowy, rainy game in 1997. I think it was the first round of the playoffs against the Vikings, where the Giants were up by 9. I think with like less than 2 minutes to go, and I think Jake Reed maybe caught a touchdown pass, and Chris Callaway fumbled the onside kick.
Yep.
I think it's taken me 20 years to try to get over that one.
Yeah, that was a rough game, Bruce. That was rough.
My God. And I remember you talk about odds to lose a game, and I think if they had won that game, they would have played the Packers in the next round.
That's right.
You were on the team at that point, I think, right?
I was. I mean, the thing that I will never forget from that game is that we're leading going into halftime, and I run in. I'm excited. I'm a rookie. I run in, first playoff game. This is going to be amazing. I get in the locker room. Literally, nobody is in the locker room. I'm like, where the hell is everybody? So I go back out into this is an old Giant stadium. I go back into the tunnel, and we're like fighting. Like our team is fighting our team.
Oh, jeez.
It's not like we were fighting the Vikings.
That's
they were bickering with one another. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And it was Tito Wooten and Philippi Sparks and Keith Hamilton, all these guys. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? And I can't, in retrospect, I wasn't surprised at what happened in the second half.
Yeah.
Because we weren't pulling together.
I don't think any of us would have been surprised if we knew that at the time.
That was a tough loss.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't great that year, but we were undefeated in the division. I think we had one tie. Washington, I think we tied.
The Gus Frerotte head bowl game.
Exactly. So we were good, weren't great, but it was like, dude, we're in the postseason.
Yeah, and it was a game you had in your hand.
And anything could happen. And so that was one that definitely sits at the top of my head is missed opportunity.
So was that a choke?
It wasn't a choke. It was more, I mean, they were good. Minnesota was good. It was just we were better that day until we imploded on ourselves.
Let's go to Rob in Tom's River. Hey, Rob.
What's up, Evan? What's up, Tiki?
All's good, man. What's happening?
Yo.
Evan, I do agree with you. There is a force that I don't think is magic on the side of the Knicks. I think it's a curse. If you know what I'm talking about.
It's a curse.
Explain yourself.
Who's cursed? You're cursed? The Knicks are cursed? The Cavs are cursed?
Did you see Danhausen curse the Cavaliers, Evan?
Oh, crap. Danhausen cursed the Cavaliers? I didn't even see that.
Danhausen cursed the Cavaliers on the pregame and was at the game live.
Wow. Danhausen is a pro wrestler who likes to curse people and curse things.
He cursed the Cavs?
Yeah.
This the clown guy I keep saying?
He's not a clown. He's a Danhausen.
Wait, what happened? I missed it.
I think he went on TV and said to the Cleveland Cavaliers, "You are cursed." Yeah, you know what their curse is?
James
They're
Harden.
relying on a loser like James Harden. That's what their curse is. And I think back to the moment when...
But they have to, don't they?
Well, no, they traded for him.
I know, but
they traded Darius Garland for him.
But Darius Garland had been hurt multiple times, right, over the last couple of years. And it was, I don't want to say it was an upgrade because we know what Harden's playoff resume looks like. We just talked about it, how in 48 games out of 188, he's turned the ball over more than he's scored baskets. So but it felt like it was an upgrade.
No, and I'll tell you why.
I mean, because the moment they traded for him, I mean, they went on a massive winning streak.
And what did I say? And what did most of us say?
You said wait till the postseason.
He's a loser. And it took me a while to figure that out. It's not like I knew it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was angry about the Nets trading for him, I didn't think he was a loser necessarily. I just thought he was fat, dribble.
He was good for the Nets.
Stop. I don't want to get into this debate.
He quit on you, but he was good for you.
Okay. There you go. And despite playing on one leg, how'd he do in Game 7 against the Bucks?
What did you call it? Mercenary pieces of crap.
That was actually about Verlander and Scherzer, but it got used for everyone else.
M-Pox.
Right. It works for everybody. But when the Nets traded James Harden to the Philadelphia 76ers, I said very politely that he's a loser, and he'll never win in Philadelphia, and he'll never win wherever he goes. Now, this is an opinion shared by many now, but I think a lot of us, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, we've grown to learn this opinion. It was a few, then it was a few more, then it was a few more, and now it's all of us. We're all going down the yellow brick road of knowing, except for the idiots in Cleveland, that James Harden's a loser. We all know it. We may have gotten there at different times, but we all knew it. So when our last caller says Danhausen cursed the Cavs, no. When they made the decision to get in bed with James Harden, they cursed the Cavs.
Yeah, but at the time, it wasn't a horrible decision.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
If I said it then, I'll say it now. I haven't said anything different.
Evan, it made them a better team.
But you knew the end game was going to be losing.
But okay, what else are they going to do? What else could they have done?
I don't have a better option for you.
Exactly.
But I knew
they
this
probably
wouldn't
didn't
work.
either.
Okay, but if something's not going to work,
trade for Giannis?
Well, they're going to do that at the end of this season.
I mean, if they crash out, you know for a fact it's top. I don't know if it's top of Giannis's list, but it definitely is top of the Cavaliers list.
I mean, it is on the table that if the Cavaliers, or should I say, when the Cavaliers lose, they're going to go get Giannis.
There's no failure in sports.
And that's going to be their mentality.
Yeah.
No matter what happens. I already won one. There's no losing.
Right. I've already won a championship. Who cares if I suck in Cleveland?
There's no failure in sports.
He'll win the MVP in Cleveland.
Yeah. They'll win 65 games, and then they'll get smoked in the postseason because they're frauds.
By Boston?
Look, you're really making me think ahead now. Boston?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what Boston's going to do. Like, I think they're going to do weird things in the offseason, too.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they break up the Jays. Probably Jalen Brown. I mean, they may be involved in getting Giannis.
There's no failure in sports.
Where's Jalen Brown going to go?
To Milwaukee.
Could he? Well,
why wouldn't you want a young player to build around?
Why would you not send him? Why would he not want to go to Cleveland?
He could like to go wherever he wants. Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of the purpose, Knicks fans. You are going to be the one team in the Eastern Conference who won't be linked to Giannis because you don't need to be linked to Giannis.
True.
Everybody else, whether it's Cleveland or it's Boston,
Orlando,
or I don't know about Orlando. I don't know what Orlando's going to do. They're going to do some weird stuff too. I hope they do some really weird stuff.
Fire their coach and then
I want them to trade Paulo Banchero to my team. That's my vision. Ryan's in Comac. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to talk about, Bridges gets a lot of flack for the trade and whatnot for all the first-round picks, and it's he's kind of like the punching bag for the fan base.
Yeah.
And then these last 6 games have been nothing short of absolutely spectacular. I don't know if you guys follow Tommy Beer on X. He does a great job.
Yes.
James Harden went 1 for 7 last night against Bridges.
Yeah.
And he also held Maxey to 12 points in 4 games. So if we're going to beat him up all season, I'd just like to see the fan base give him his flowers when he puts out.
I think they are. I think people realize that playoff Bridges is different than regular season Bridges. But I'm going to give you a spoiler alert about the kind of discourse around Mikal Bridges. His view from Knicks fans, and if he was worth the picks, will all be defined by winning an NBA championship. Mm-hmm. And that may not feel like the fairest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But
it's what he was brought here to do, though.
Yes, when you give up 5 first-round picks, I don't care who you are.
Right.
It's championship or bust.
Right, as positive Tommy would say, he was the Infinity Stone.
He was the final piece.
Right.
And when you give up assets like that, that's the end game. So fair or not, because Bridges has already given you a handful of awesome playoff moments defensively specifically.
Right.
And even last night with the 2 huge threes that he hit. We mentioned way back at the beginning of the show, you could rewind on the Odyssey app to about 10:30, the moment where you thought the Knicks would win, the moment where this game turned. And to me, it was both of Bridges' threes.
Yep.
The circus shot at the end of the shot clock that pulled it to 3. And then the game-tying shot, which we have the play-by-play of. Can you play that real quick? And I don't mean Mike Breen. I mean the play-by-play of Evan Roberts and Chris McMonagle. Because we were up on the bridge last night, and this is the way the Mikal Bridges game-tying 3 sounded from the Chase Bridge.
Oh, Landry Shamut for the tie!
Well, that was the Landry Shamut 3, but that's how that sounded.
Right.
Here's the Mikal Bridges 3.
Oh, my God, Mikal? Yes! Bridges, baby!
By the way, when you...
Again, if Big Mac was your play-by-play guy, it'd be such a biased broadcast.
Oh, yeah. If you combine what I and Big Mac said about Mikal, it's actually perfect. Oh, my God, it's Mikal Bridges! It was such a great combined effort.
We're on the bridge. It's Bridges.
That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. Well, you'll hear from the Knick fanboys coming up, including Big Mac, who is on the bridge with me. All the excitement of New York Knick basketball and the excitement around this city will continue. Coming up with Craig and Big Mac. We're back tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you've missed any of the show, you can rewind it on the free Odyssey app or download the Evan and Tiki podcast, or you could check out the entire show on the WFAN YouTube page. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Talk about a miracle at the Garden. Last night, the New York Knicks pulled off an absolute shocker, erasing a massive 22-point deficit to stun the Cleveland Cavaliers 115-104 in overtime. Jalen Brunson was otherworldly, dropping 38 points to fuel the fourth quarter comeback. New York now holds a 1-0 lead over the Cavaliers.